for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. From the capital city of the United States of America, Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Let's jump into this fucker. Who's the MVP last year?
Of what sport?
NFL. NFL MVP. I don't care about no other
Like
sports.
life?
Like me.
Who's the MVP of the world?
Like obviously me.
I can tell you
but
who
like,
wasn't.
I don't care about any other sports. But like NFL MVP was Mahomes, right?
Yeah.
So the thing that I'm getting at here is Mike Tirico goes, the Lions' victory comes with the asterisk because they didn't have fucking Kelsey and Chris Jones. And I was thinking, like, well, who the fuck was Travis Kelsey the MVP last year? No, he wasn't. Was Chris Jones the MVP? No, he wasn't. Patrick Mahomes was. And guess what?
Yeah, that's part of football.
That's who got beat.
But you know what? The Chiefs won the Super Bowl with a hurt Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He was healthy today. Last night, he looked great.
Yeah.
He looked good.
Yeah, he looked good. But
their team is so. I felt there was no way I felt like the Chiefs would be better than last year. Like they could be equal, but they clearly got some receiver problems.
yes.
And Kelsey's getting old. Like he can't
34?
Yeah, like I stayed away from him because of that age. Like he's bound something's going to happen.
I steered away because just for me, it just doesn't make sense to take a tight end in the first round. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah. So there's definitely potential. Someone could have taken Kelsey in the first, Cooper Kupp in the second, and Jonathan Taylor in the third. Because that's about where they should have went after what we know of the injuries. I think Kupp still went in the first round, and depending on when you did your draft.
So I was in one draft where Kupp went in the third, and I was shocked because he was on his way back to me. And I was
think
like,
when we did the draft here, we didn't know the injury because it came out Saturday that he had hamstring problems, because it was a few people knew at the draft party that I was at, and they were like kind of whispering like, don't get him.
well, no, we knew. I don't know if we knew exactly what it was, but we knew he was hurt for sure. The
Did
thing.
you see we have a trade to
So the trade can't because Montgomery played last night. I told Manuel to submit it again on Tuesday. But Manuel and Connor agreed to a trade. So the unfortunate thing is it didn't come through until 10 o'clock last night, and it couldn't be approved because Montgomery had already played. So, but he said he submitted the trade to Connor on Tuesday. I guess Connor didn't accept it until later, and then it came across the email later as well.
Oh, it is my.
So,
Up.
so I was like,
I mean, I'm as also. I mean, we're co-commissioners. It's hard to ever do a 50-50 trade. Like some people, like if you put it to a vote, then there's gonna be people like who will be like, that's not fair.
I don't like votes.
I will say this trade is not the greatest of trade.
For which side? I mean, honestly,
man, Montgomery and Lamar. Lamar's a top 3 quarterback.
Yeah.
You're getting Mostart. He's useless. And Bryce Hall. They have Dalvin.
yeah. I told him, like, look,
Hey, Connor.
I'll approve.
Connor's about to get a number 1. Oh, what's his team? He's about to blow.
Well,
up.
I didn't.
And now
want
we
to,
see Montgomery's getting 21 carries.
I'm glad
a
we
game.
can't approve it this week because I played Connor week 1.
Oh, that's why.
So
Connor, if you're listening, that's the real.
no, actually, it just I did actually hit approve and it said there's an error. I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
Should I try?
You can try, but because Montgomery played, it won't let it go through.
Yeah,
That's the issue.
Yeah,
But yeah, that
I think you might want to look around some more. Like, pick on those Ravens fans.
yeah,
Connor's
I'm sure
a
he
Dallas
did.
fan. Well, he won't hear this till it's too late.
Yeah, well,
Or maybe. Wait.
well,
Yeah, he might.
I told him to submit it on Tuesday, and he listens on Tuesday. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Yo, your plan is backfiring. You don't want Mostert for your number one quarterback. Mostert was a beast in
That's his
Madden.
number
That's
2
about
quarterback.
it. It is his number 2 quarterback, but that will be every other player but a few's number 1.
What I was looking, I can't remember who Connor has as quarterback though.
I know Connor's a Dallas fan, but he's not giving up. I had Brees Hall in every league last year. He's a beast, but he's coming off a bad injury, and you have Dalvin Cook now, so who knows how much he's going to play. Well, you see Montgomery played a whole lot.
Yeah.
I guess this was made before that.
Well,
That drove me crazy with the game. I mean, do you have Gibbs? Because I have Gibbs in 2 leagues.
I couldn't get Gibbs anywhere.
I think I have it in the Beer Club league, and I can't remember which other league. But that show is frustrating. That man is clearly ridiculous.
Well, Montgomery has been on a downslide for the last 2 years.
His yards per carry have gone down. It's just like Zeke. His
Yeah.
yards per carry went down every year. He's good at running straight for 2 or 3 yards. That's all he does. His touchdown run was nice, but Gibbs would have had a touchdown. He slipped. He was about to run outside. You could tell he was about to burn everybody. But
Well, I mean,
he reminds me of Barry. He doesn't have the jukes like Barry, but his speed is like Barry.
well, I mean, the thing is too, is like this being the first game, is kind of filling things out. So
Yeah, I'm sure his role increased, but holy
I mean, especially
haven't
since they
seen-
traded up to get him.
I haven't seen a rookie running back like that. I was like, holy shit, that dude's fast. Like, he is fast.
So jumping into the game, the Lions played the Chiefs. So
Yo, you're in first place in the whole NFL.
I'm in first place in my pick 'em because I'm the only one that picked the Lions. So, and I looked, I was like, all you motherfuckers, y'all talk about being my friends, and none of these motherfuckers picked the Lions. Fuck y'all. But so going into the game, and also, so things are going to be a little different this season for people listening because we record on Friday nights now, whereas we used to record on Sunday nights. So all the games are played except for the Sunday night game and the Monday night game. So what we'll probably mostly be doing is reviewing
Talk about what happened
Thursday, and then doing like a 4-game preview. Like
we might be able to see how we do in our predictions.
So.
But yeah, doing a drinking podcast on Friday is significantly better than Sunday.
Oh, for sure. Like, even I was talking to Sarah about that shit the other day. I was like, yeah, it's just better to do it on Friday or even Saturday. Just Sunday's not the move because you've got to work out. Like, at least in my last job, I could get away with it. I can go in, like, off a couple hours of sleep. Because also what helps with having Sunday open is I get to work on off the mats a lot more versus... Like when we recorded Sunday nights, I had to edit and be done by the time you got here. And if not, by the time you left, I had to still kind of clean up some shit on the other pods. So, but yeah, so basically we'll be doing a review of the Thursday night games, and then we'll probably pick like 4 games, do like a preview / prediction. Or we could do a full prediction, but like just do like a four game preview, but a full blown
Should see how we do.
prediction. Fucking pull up a pick'em joint, like on whatchamacallit, Yahoo or ESPN. I think I'm in a pick'em on ESPN with Chris.
By the way, I'm in the NFL fantasy and Yahoo. All 3 Yahoo, 1 NFL. The NFL app sucks. I hate it.
I've never been a
It just
fan.
looks bad. It's weird. Instead of just like picking your player, it's like got this arrow where you like drag them down. It's like, and then there's not even a friggin' chat. What's that? Chat.
Oh, drats. Yeah, and like I think
no
I did
chat
their
option?
league once with someone, and I'm pretty sure about 4 weeks in I just quit
Their
fucking with my team.
Predictions are terrible.
Yeah.
It's slow as hell. But I feel like Yahoo does a decent job of their predictions.
Yeah, it's fair.
I feel like prediction player scores are pretty tough, but they seem to be somewhat on. I mean, Gibbs didn't get his 14. It's fine. But
I mean,
if he got 10 carries, he would have probably got 14.
again, week one is kind of tough to call just because it's like, this is what we think might happen, but
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's what it is every week. But at least like in like weeks 2 moving up, you kind of have a fair idea. Well, let's say week 3 in the head, you have a better idea.
Well, a lot of times rookie running backs too. I'll say this: the only thing that worries me about Gibbs is I like how he fights for yards, but there's sometimes he was doing it where it's like he's going to get stripped.
Yep.
Like he needs to go down.
Yep.
Because he's a smaller back.
I was thinking the same.
He's like hopping on one foot, trying to get a little extra. Like at that point, just go down.
But that's that rookie thing, though. Not just because like you don't know any better, because they've been playing football for all their life anyway, so they know better. But it is kind of that thing like I want to make that impression. I want to show them that I'm tough and I fight for the extra yards. But also, you got to be smart about that shit.
He spun out of some tackles. The dude is friggin'. I think he's a beast. I think he's gonna be real good. I just worry of his size. But I mean, the NFL's getting a little bit smaller because speed kills.
Speed kills. Sorry, it's from
All right.
Halloween.
I'm gonna try to write this down so we can see how we do.
All right, so
We'll go fast.
But real quick, so the Detroit Kansas City game. Kansas City, what was favored by 4?
4.5, I think.
4-5. So
I took the Lions plus just 1, so I'd get better odds.
fair.
1.5.
Like, and that's the thing. It's like I felt like
Or
that
better payout.
That
sorry.
wasn't a terrible line. I didn't think going into it. I was like, you know what?
I think when Kelsey went out though, that should have switched.
it was 6. It was 6 before.
It should have changed more to me, just because. I mean, I picked the Lions to win, basically straight up. I just did plus 1. That really is straight up. I don't even know I would get any extra money for straight up, because plus 1 you got to win by 1.
Fair. But like going into that, it was like.
But the Lions won 7 of 8, right?
Yeah.
To end the season, including you guys ended Brett Favre's career in Green Bay.
Aaron
I mean,
Rodgers.
I said, yeah. Dang,
Same-
is this ice that strong? It's not
Same
that strong.
difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like basically ended his career and then fucking ruined fucking Kansas City's fucking Super Bowl banner ceremony. It's like, yeah, fuck
So
y'all.
yeah, now you've won 8 of 9. And I'm actually, it sucks now because the odds are going to change. I should have done it. Putting money in DraftKings is such a pain. I literally have to Venmo Brett and then ask him to Venmo it me back, because the only way I can get money in DraftKings is to Venmo. I can't use my account for whatever reason. They don't like I guess they think you're going to gamble all your money away. So I'll be like, Brett, I'm going to give you 40, send it back. And he does. But I didn't put enough in because I actually want to put a Super Bowl bet on Detroit. I'm going to do one. I'll do it this weekend. It sucks because the odds now are going to go a little bit down.
Of course.
Because they look good and they beat Kansas City.
And
The other team is actually Jacksonville. Jacksonville ended the season also extremely well. And I think they even got even better. Now they got
I think they got better.
what's his name? Ridley.
Yeah. So I don't.
And they drafted a running back, Tank.
Yeah.
And I think he could potentially become the start. Like, Jacksonville is young, and they also ended the season super hot.
Yeah. Until they ran to the Lions, got that ass whipped.
But who'd they lose? Was it the Chiefs? And it was like it was a close game.
Like the Lions game, it's kind of a mix of like Kansas City didn't look great, Detroit looked good, but I didn't feel like they looked good, like world beaters good.
No, Detroit to me looks like they needed number 2
Yes.
receiver bad.
Mm-hmm.
St. Brown looks beast. He's a little tiny guy though, but
Yeah.
I mean he's beast. And then I mean, I would love to see them use Gibbs more. Maybe pass to him. It worked that game, but running Montgomery for 3 yards over and over, that's not going to get it done.
So I think
if they use him in the beginning, soften up the defense, and then come with Gibbs with that change of pace. Gibbs needs more carries for sure. Every time he touched the ball, it's like a guaranteed 6 to 8 yards.
I feel like one of the things that Detroit really showed last night was like grit, and
Oh yeah,
like at the end of the last season, it was coming about.
First
it was
off,
really coming about.
fake punt
That
from
fake
the 18?
punt? Yo.
That was from the 18 at the beginning of the game versus Kansas City.
First series. Yo, like
It
first
was the second series.
it was second.
Yeah. But
like,
still.
I'm on a.
At the 18.
I was on an 8-second delay. So when you text me, I was like, what the fuck? And then I saw, I was like,
I wanted them to go for it, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But then I didn't realize they were under the 20. I was like, God damn.
yeah. In my mind, I was like fourth and 3. I was like, in my mind, I was like, go for it. But then I was like, but if I'm coach, I'm not going for it. but go for it. And then they went for it. I was like, oh shit.
I really think if I was a coach, I would go for the majority of 4th and 2s and under.
I would.
4th and 1, we're going every time.
Yeah, that's not cool. Like 4th and 2, it depends. But 4th and 1 for sure. Every time.
No matter where I am, I can get 1 yard.
Like fuck you. Yeah.
If I can't get 1 yard, then fuck it.
If I can't get 1 yard, we got some other issues that we need to work
then
on.
we're not.
I'm not worried about those other 3 downs. I'm worried about that 1 yard that I can't get. So
Yeah, I am surprised how many times like it'll be like 4th and a half a yard and you punt.
Yeah.
I know you're playing the field position game, but man, your percentages to get that half yard gotta be pretty high.
but yeah, basically, starting off the game, just there's all this weird energy, and everybody's kind of have these expectations, because like everyone, all like the bettors, everyone's like, the Lions are going to be good this year, but they're not going to win that first game. It's like,
What's wild is Detroit was number 4 in the NFC best odds to win the Super Bowl.
Relax. Settle down. But I'm not
look
mad
at the
it.
NFC.
True.
They're actually ahead of Minnesota. I don't know if I kind of like Minnesota's chances.
So there's an article.
Obviously, Philly's number 1.
There's an article I read right before you got here to talk about basically Detroit beating Kansas City kind of put Minnesota behind because they're basically saying Detroit wins this game. They're like, they should win the next few games up until Baltimore, which they could conceivably go in 6-0, whereas Minnesota has at least 2 games in that run where they'll probably lose. So they're like, they're a little behind.
That's what happens in the NFL too. They get those first place schedules. There's a little shift the next year.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I've always said this. Like, if the chances of a last place team making a come up the next year are pretty good, but what Detroit was second in the division. So I mean, they don't have a cupcake schedule either.
Yeah,
but
what are they second? No, second or third? 'Cause you
Green Bay. Well, yeah, we knocked out Green Bay.
you finished 9
and 8.
and 8.
So we finished ahead of Green Bay, and Chicago was dead last. So, but I think Minnesota's going to take a bit of a bump from that first place schedule. But Detroit ain't got a cakewalk either. I think it's going to be close. There's a lot of like chatter about Minnesota. They're not going to come close to 13 games. I think they're still a force to be reckoned with. They're not. They didn't fall off.
Yeah, Minnesota had an underrated season last year. They go 14-2, something. That was ridiculous.
13-4.
13-4.
Yeah,
and the playoff game was their defense sucks. And for all the we've talked about it, Kirk Cousins, but he was like the first quarterback that led a bottom 5 defense to the playoffs. Unfortunately, I don't think Minnesota did anything to their defense. They do. I think they improved with Addison, the number 2 receiver. They have Hawkinson now for the full year. He was a big pickup. Madison as the running back. That's debatable.
Well, they
Cook was on the down. Cook in his prime though was definitely better than Madison.
Yes.
So
I mean, Cook still had a good year last year. It wasn't like Cook. I mean, what he had like 13.
Yeah, he was hurt a lot.
1,100 or 1,300.
I don't think so. I think he had a bad year.
No, he was over 1,000. He had a
Madison
decent numbers.
Would kill it whenever he got the majority of carries. I thought Cook had a bad year because I had Cook in fantasy.
I think
and I
Cook
had Madison,
was hurt,
and I was like happy when Dalvin didn't play.
Like I know, like he's had like basically every year he's missed like at least 3 games for the
They
last.
did get 1,100 and 8 touchdowns.
So I mean, it's not a bad year by any stretch. But it could have definitely been better. So yeah, he's definitely on the decline for sure.
It was like his 21 season for the most part, but in 19 and 20, he had significantly more touchdowns. Actually, he's a weird running back. He went 2 touchdowns, 13, 16, but then down to 6, and then down to 8.
I mean,
Fuck it. Dalvin's overrated as hell when I look at this.
I mean, that also isn't always completely the running back.
His best
it's the
year
play
was
calling
that
too.
1,516 touchdowns in 2020.
Well, yeah, duh. But I mean,
Yeah, I am kind of surprised. That really was his year. The year before that was good. We had 2 good years and then 2. I would say 2 great years and then 2.
well, the thing is though
Average
too, it's like that's any player though. Like when you look at like, well, they had this good year, and
That's
then these
why I
other
don't
years
want to pay
weren't
my
good.
run. That's why I'm. I mean, if I was Minnesota, they didn't make a mistake not keeping him.
No, but I'm just saying, like with any player though, it's like you're gonna have that good year, and then it's always gonna be compared. All your other years will be compared to that one good year.
Yeah.
I mean, we look at Sean Alexander or LaDainian Tomlinson, who cracked 20 touchdowns in a season, and it's like they're never doing that again. So it's just like you just got to take what you get.
What did Sean? They both got close to like 30, didn't they? One year.
I think Sean
crazy.
Alexander might have got 25 or 27, maybe, and I think Tomlinson got 23. Something like I don't know. I know they're both over 20, and it was fucking bonkers. Actually, maybe 23 was Randy Moss getting 23 touchdowns. Maybe that was it. But either way, 20 touchdowns for anything is fucking bonkers if you're not a quarterback. Meanwhile, you got quarterbacks that can't throw 20 touchdowns. But Randy Moss caught 23 in a season. So, I don't know, take that to the bank.
Cut. Was that with the Patriots? And then he got cut like a few years later.
Yeah. Did he? Yeah, because he didn't retire from the Patriots.
When he
did
got cut from the Patriots, it was like a decent year. Holy shit. So, yeah, the days of these running back stats are gone.
Oh, yeah.
So, in 2006, LaDainian had 1,800 rushing yards, 28 touchdowns.
God damn. Those are video game
500 receiving yards,
Mm.
56 catches, and let's see his catches.
Was that was that Chargers defense?
And
I think
three receiving touchdowns. So he had 31.
I think that was
touchdowns.
at that North Turner.
So he had
offense.
31 touchdowns.
Yeah, bonkers. Bonkers. And the thing is, yeah, you're not gonna you have a season like that. That's not ever getting repeated. So it's like, but you can look at it like, okay, this player has that potential to do that though.
2,300 yards, 31 touchdowns.
Ain't special. Yeah, I tell you what, he can't fucking read. Illiterate motherfucker.
Yeah, look at his touchdown numbers. So since after that, it was still like, even if he declined, 18, 17, 13, 14, 10. That's still better than 90% of running backs now.
Yeah, but that was also back then when like one running back was what ran the offense. So, I mean, most running backs now is split in time.
That year he had the 1,800. He was averaging 113 yards a game rushing with the 28 touchdowns. So you're thinking, I mean, he's probably averaging in fantasy close to 30 points every game.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems fair. I mean, you also look at this dude. This is also the same person who ran for 405 yards in a single game in college. It's like, I just feel like that was unnecessary. I feel like you get to a certain number on the ground and you just stop like running that guy.
Yo, he had more touchdowns than most quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is disrespectful.
I'm going to try to pull up Sean while we're talking.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, I wish that were easier. If only we had, like, I don't know, a person manning that shit to the side, but whatever.
Oh, I don't want Wikipedia. That shit's going to be hard to get the stats. Sean
Yeah.
Alexander.
But,
100 touchdowns for his career.
that's lovely.
So, yeah.
But that was another
In
dude who was
2005,
banging touchdowns all the time.
1,800 yards rushing, 27 touchdowns rushing, just one receiving. So, his
But-
receiving
but-
sucked compared to Ladainian. Although he had a 1 year 460.
But no, but I remember like he had like 2 games where he had 5 touchdowns in a game. Like he was that guy that would like kind of stink it up for a bunch of games. Then he had like 2 games where he just goes fucking bananas.
Yeah, so he had a lot of good seasons, 16-14, 16-14 touchdowns. But that 1 year, 27 touchdowns, and he averaged 117. So you had him in fantasy. You're getting close to third. Ladainian had 500 receiving that same year. He only had, his receiving was pretty bad. Oh, he only had 78. He did better later in his career receiving, but I think LT's, he might be the fantasy goat besides Priest Holmes back in the day.
I was say, I mean, don't forget Priest Holmes.
That was a very
Marshall
short
Faulk
time.
had a period too. It's like, I mean, but that was just kind of that heyday of running backs, though. Back in those early 2000s, where running backs, like in the first round, the 10-team league, more often than not, everyone in the first round was a running back, and then probably the second round was running backs, and then your stray receiver like a Randy Moss or something like that. And then you start falling into your quarterbacks.
Damn. So here's Priest, his best years. Priest, 2003, 1,400 rushing yards, 27 rushing touchdowns. That same year, he had 690 receiving yards, but only 0 receiving touchdowns.
So he was in that Dick Vermeil system, though, where he liked to throw to the running backs, though. Because when he had Marshall Faulk had numbers like that, too. Well, at least like coming out the backfield for catching.
2002, he had 1,600 yards, 21 rushing touchdowns. And then receiving wise, that was 2000. Oh, that was 16. That was 2002. He had another 670 with 3 rushing touchdowns. So yeah, his total yards was about 21. Still LT. Ladainian was better than that. Yeah. But that was B. So Priest did it 3 years in a row where he put up these monster numbers.
So, I mean, basically, what I'm getting at is like Dalvin is, on the decline, but compared to his best season, that's what you're going to always compare it to. And the thing is, no one's really going to equal their best season unless you're Priest Holmes. Where you're just like, fuck it, I'll do it 3 years in a row. I'll just have my best season each year. But, like, the game has completely changed. I mean, we saw it in the draft. Like, just looking at how the first rounds were going out, where you had receivers going number 1 overall and number 2 overall, number 3 overall. And, like, that's just something that wasn't happening 20 years ago. Even 5 years ago, really. So... Is
now
like,
we got Derrick Henry. In 2020, he had 2,000 yards, 17 touchdowns. So touchdowns are nowhere near, but those 2,000 yards rushing crushes them.
It was an extra 200 yards. So, I mean, well, I guess 2,000, like, how far into the 2000s, though?
2027.
So, still less than Barry.
17 touchdowns.
Barry had 2053. So, just keep that shit in mind. Barry ran in those first 2 games of that season, I think it was 97. He rushed for 53 total yards in those first 2 games, then fucking broke out for 2,000 the rest of the year. Just said, fuck it, I'll do 2014. Fuck y'all hoes.
Wow, this Derrick Henry last year is by far his best receiving. He got 400 yards.
So they probably didn't have a choice.
1,500 yards rushing.
It's like we ain't got nobody else to throw to. We ain't got a quarterback.
Now they got Richardson.
Okay.
I believe Neps went all in on him in both leagues.
Oh, for the Colts?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Oh,
man.
Someone's calling. I hope it's someone we know.
It was like I heard footsteps. I was like, yo, you got to announce yourself because if you're a killer, we in the middle of recording. You got to wait.
We just assume it's friendly, but
just get shot up. It's like, damn. Off air. Man, that's fucked because the episode wouldn't even get released. Like the fucking FBI use that as fucking evidence. Like they would just start listening to episodes like, what did they say to trigger anyone to shoot them? It's like it just listen to like the last 4 episodes like, Well, that Dante guy doesn't make friends easily, it sounds like. Fuck y'all. But yeah, so anyhow, as I was trying to fucking talk about the game from last night, Detroit won. God damn,
This
son.
is the ADD podcast.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, y'all are in first place. The highlights, I mean, so Gibbs looks good.
Yeah, Gibbs looks good.
Golf is solid. They were dissing him at times and praising him at times. I found that funny.
So golf is good at taking care of the ball. He's not a Trent Dilfer game manager. He can move the ball.
No, he
But
made a few.
he doesn't make
he got
mistakes.
that one first down was like 3rd and 18 or something.
Oh yeah.
And then the tight end, Laporta. I have him in a few leagues and started him. He didn't put up monster fantasy numbers, but for a rookie tight end, I think he had 5 catches, about 50 yards.
Yeah, got to be reliable.
Solid.
50 is reliable.
He was getting open, and he did not even start. I think he's going to end up starting.
You should. I mean, that's the thing. As a rookie tight end, you just got to be reliable. Get 40 to 50 per game. That's reliable. And then they start trusting you more. And then you become Jimmy Graham.
I got Kyle Pitts in 2 leagues.
Is Jimmy Graham going to jail?
And what's funny is I didn't want, because I've had Kyle Pitts in every league for 2 years. Now I was like, I don't want Kyle Pitts. But then two leagues, he was there late. I was like, all right, Kyle Pitts. But no, I got Laporta in 2 leagues. He was all right. Gibbs, I have in 2 leagues. And Gibbs, I was more than impressed by him. He just didn't get enough carries. And he would have had a touchdown had he not slipped. Like, he was bouncing to the outside. You could tell he was going to be gone. But
Well, Tony would have had a touchdown too had he not dropped 3 of them.
so, yeah, that's the other thing that's worth mentioning in this game is Tooney was terrible.
Not for the Lions.
4 drops. I think he finished, 1 yard
1
receiving
yard.
and negative -1 yard rushing. His run was pretty stupid looking. That was a weird play. And, that wasn't his fault. There was nowhere to go. But
Oh, he got smashed.
basically the difference in the game, it was a 1-point game. He gave an interception to Detroit
Yep, he
for
dropped
a
it.
touchdown. That's the difference in the game.
He dropped a pass that would have put them in field goal range. So, I mean,
Yeah, 2 of the drops were really bad.
So there
one
was-
drop when they crisscrossed the pass.
Yeah,
that was weird.
I don't think that's
That seemed
completely
like-
on him.
That seemed like a weird route.
Yeah, because there's someone crossed in front of him, and then it was low also. So, it still counts
The
as
way
a
it
drop,
threw to, I
but-
feel like I would have been like, "Is that to him or me?" Because
Yeah.
he was the other guy.
Well, and that's what it looked like. It looked like he wasn't sure. His hands were there because it was like, I think that's to me a little too late. But whatever, it helps. It helps the Lions. Fuck
yeah.
that.
So the other thing though, your rookie middle linebacker looked beast. He broke up some passes. I think he was a 1st-round pick. After
Yes, yes.
And then you got the guy from the Eagles who looked great.
I-
The corner.
I'm just
And then the guy who got
Like-
the interception for a touchdown, I don't necessarily would say it was great defense. They could bounce right to him.
whatever.
and ran
Don't
to-
hate. Don't hate.
But,
Don't be
his
Mike
first
Tirico.
game, he got a touchdown.
Don't be Mike Tirico. All right. And that's the thing that's frustrating, as a fan, when you hear sports commentators talking more about oh well, it's because Kelsey wasn't there, it's because Chris Jones wasn't playing. It's it's a team sport. If you're the defending champions and you're supposed to be good, then fucking be good. Don't make excuses. And the Chiefs aren't making excuses. It's sports commentators making excuses for the Chiefs losing. It's either they're the champs or they're the bum of the month club. Which one is it? I don't think they're either, to be honest. I don't think the Chiefs improved any, going into this season where it's they're going to repeat. Although there's some guy who predicted the last 4 Super Bowl champs before the season started. And he predicted this year the Chiefs would repeat and they would beat the 49ers. The thing is, when you look at the predictions that he made for those, it's kind of almost easy predictions. He picked the Bucks. Oh, they got Tom Brady. So I think that's a fair one that a lot of people are going with. And then when the Rams traded everything and got Stafford and kind of built a team just to win the Super Bowl, that's what they were going for. So that's not a tough prediction either. And the Chiefs, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. So
Chiefs have been. They been to the AFC Championship 4 years in a row.
4, 5, 4? Is it only 4? I feel like 5.
It's Still, even 4 is ridiculous.
Oh no, yeah, it is 4 because they won 4 years ago. Then the Bucks, and they played the Bucks
Basically, all years
Yeah.
Mahomes has played.
pretty much. Yeah, that's a fact. And
And
it's
he
just,
looked friggin' ridiculous.
I mean, Mahomes is Mahomes. He's gonna get out there. He's gonna
Yeah.
ball.
Their Patriots, their receivers are online with the Patriots.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing they had, didn't they have Juju?
Yep, and he's on the
last year?
Patriots.
Now he's on the Patriots, so I was like, oh well. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I just
They
think
won without Tyreek, but this year, if they have to play a long time without Kelsey, that's going to be rough.
now also keep in mind again, this is week 1. I mean,
And maybe Detroit's really, really good.
perhaps. I mean, because we'll see next week. I think Detroit plays Seattle next week, and I had Seattle as still a tough team for Detroit, even though Detroit was it 48-45. I mean, it's like how you score 45 and still lose, son. That's still
defense
heartbroken,
looks far better. You have to be. You got you got several rookie starters, but you got that corner from Philly. Hutchinson's ridiculous.
Yeah, that kid.
I'm a little jealous
I
of
love
him
that
because that's
kid.
what Chase Young was supposed to be. He's supposed to be even better.
Chill, son.
Yeah,
Wait,
Chase Young's always hurt.
Chase Young, he went to Ohio State, right? You know where Hutchinson went?
Michigan.
Go blue, baby. Just let you know. But
Chase Young got that one move. It's called he runs around the outside really fast and runs right past the quarterback.
that's good. It works. I mean, it scares the quarterback, right? It scares him. Doesn't get him, but it scares him.
But yeah, he's already hurt again this year. I know what's gonna happen. He's gonna barely play. We're not gonna sign him. And
You
then
know
he's
who
gonna
else is
blow
hurt?
up.
Guess who else hurt? Give you a hint.
Travis Kelce.
Plays for the Ravens.
Who's hurt?
Odell.
Oh, he's hurt already. He's my wide receiver 6 in one way.
God. Everybody's like, the Ravens, like, they shored up that receiving core. They're gonna be.
So I don't understand that. They got another Hollywood Brown type, which is gonna be all right. I think Flowers will be good.
I think that's. Yeah, I think Flowers will
But
be.
he's a small guy. And then you got
I think
aging Mark Andrews. who's a
Flowers
beast.
will do what he's there to do. He's going to be the streaker. He's going to get those bombs, and that's fine.
I think he'll play in the slot some, but yeah, I'm confused on Ravens fans thinking they got like a star out of Odell Beckham.
Because
he hasn't been good in a long time.
Because they're like Dan Snyder. Oh, I know that name. Like he must be good. Like
Meanwhile, they laughed at how he would be a cancer to the team in Cleveland before, but now he's a Raven. You just cancel all that out.
It's Ravens. You know how that goes.
But maybe he'll be good.
Let's real quick do this beer review,
Yeah, this is a fun one.
and then
We got to grab another out of freezer.
I'm trying to think. I think I might want to get Blitzkrieg tonight. I think we'll
let's
get into
do the
this
cigar.
wine. Well, yeah, we'll do that too. But I'm gonna try to get into this
All right,
wine.
so Dante, we'll have your first cigar review too.
Okay. I don't know if that's fair for the cigar.
Man, they say they're Cuban. Cuban round.
It says right on the plastic
The
package.
taste of Havana. I always thought they were expensive. It was $10 for 3, so I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe that's expensive. I
It
don't.
says premium, handmade, taste of Havana. Watch, down low, it's like made in Texas.
Nah.
Made in California.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna say
rude.
probably not.
Made in Nicaragua.
Okay.
Distributed by California. All right.
A touch of illegal. All right.
All right,
I
we
like
got-
it.
Nicaragua cigars.
I knew a girl from Nicaragua. She always carried a fucking knife in her fucking hair. It's a little weird.
All right.
I never
So
hung out with her alone.
Our first beer might be a bonus beer. We'll see if we get to all 3 of the regular beers. But Busch Ice. So definitely in the party beer category.
For sure.
Anheuser-Busch, obviously. And it's a 5.9, but it's got a tall can.
Love to hear it.
I feel like it's a good beer bong beer. Taste-wise, it's just like tolerable. You just
It's watery. to me.
crushable. There's It's pretty bad taste if you really want. Like, it's not a taste that you can't. Like, it's so unpleasant you don't want it. It's just not a good. It's not a taste really.
It doesn't stand out to me. It tastes watery. It tastes more watery than Coors Light.
It tastes like some shit's in your water.
That's fucked.
Like, I got this glass of
that
water
because I'm from Flint.
I mean, I don't hate it. It's just if you're. Is it a well-made beer?
No, not at all. I think when you put
I
ice.
think you're just trying to. Yeah, you're just putting some alcohol in some water.
Yeah, essentially.
I think that's how you do it because you got to get some kind of. You got to have some fermentation. That's what bush ice is.
You know, back in the olden days, it used to be, cats only take showers or baths every, so often. And it was like, ew, like, why? It was like, oh, if you're rich, you're fancy, you take baths. Like, no, they thought that water caused disease, which is why they mostly drank beer and, tea and shit like that. And it was like, oh, no, why those were okay is because you fucking boiled the water. So you boiled out the fucking, shit. So, fucking people back in the olden days are stupid as fuck.
What's funny is these days when people are like, we were meant to do things this way. Like, I mean, the Liver King got exposed for massive amounts of steroids. But he was saying, his whole workout was like, we're meant to do this hunting and we're meant to eat all these chicken livers. And, meanwhile, I was like, my first thought was like, people back then lived to 30.
Yeah. That's not a good thing.
I don't think
dude.
we want to do what we did in the old days.
Well, it's like my old neighbor. He had they would do the cold plunge all the time, and that's fine. I know there's the benefits from it. It was like, but guess what, buddy? If I don't have to do it, I'm not doing it. They're like, I don't fuck with cold showers, let alone jumping into a fucking pool of ice water. Like, I just went to their new place. And I'm looking at the basement. He was like, over here's where we're going to actually build a cold plunge. Have the little drain for it. I was like, good for you guys. I mean, it's a nice split level house. It's cute. But
when people do that old day stuff, it sounds good, but then if you really think about it, it's like, yo, we didn't have technology back then. We didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
I don't think when people say we're meant to hunt, are we? I mean, it sounds good, but it was like, well, why do we have all this? No, I think we're meant to.
Well, I mean, we have all this because, at some point they're like, well, look, why don't we do these things? And we've kind of grown accustomed to it. So, there is a factor that we did get soft. But I also think, too, look, if I don't have to actually go out and fucking chase my food down, I'm not going to. And I know there's people that say there's something special about killing your food and then cutting it up.
It's just the
not
fasting too, because you couldn't get food all the time. So
Yeah.
we're meant to eat one a day. I was like, those people live to maybe 20.
It's like they died of starvation.
I don't know if eating one time a day is better than 3 times a day.
Chill, son. But, I mean, people will look up anything and justify.
It does make it sound good. Like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
But also factor into, you'll have some people that are just genetically one way and they do these things like, well, this is why I'm this way. It's like, meanwhile, you got somebody else doing that shit and they're not that way. And it's like, yeah, I don't think.
And they also imply as if everyone was ripped back in the day. You look at all the friggin' white people with their little wigs.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen one ripped.
There's no one ripped.
They're pretty fat.
It's like, so that's a weird thing though too, because it's like, let's look at the times where I guess Revolutionary War times and whatnot, when the founding of our nation, 1776, and all that shit. Is like, those cats didn't look ripped. They didn't look like some folks that I wouldn't be afraid of them. But then if you go look at those cats from Athens that are all yoked, I was like, I might be a little afraid of that dude. I feel like he probably he's strong, but he don't really know how to fight. So I'm not too worried. But those dudes, once they got over here to America,
they're doing all their cardio in those bathhouses and stuff.
Fucking.
When the Greeks, they were known to
fuck boys.
Yeah, and I mean just orgies everywhere.
Yeah, just fucking. Well, that was
what a wild time that would have been.
I guess. I'm not, I guess when in Rome, but isn't that one of the things I'm thinking like, man, I want to get in a time machine and go back in time. You know why? Why? All the fucking, they were fucking each other, right? Like guys and everything. Were they? Yeah. I want to go back then. Never mind. Like, that's a bad idea, right? Dummy. All right. So let's read.
Back to bush ice. That's what happens when you rate bush ice. So yeah, put it in the party beer category. It's a 5.9.
Party beer category 5.9. It tastes kind of watery to me, so I don't like that. But I do like the 5.9.
Yeah, see, the watery can go two ways. One, it's easier to crush if you're at the party.
It hurts my stomach. Like, it just feels flat. Like, it could just...
It's definitely not tasty.
Oh, for sure.
But it's like a tolerable, like if you're just drinking to...
Hey, look, I'm going to give
only
it...
drinking this to get drunk.
I'm giving it a 6.6 just because that's what it's for, just to get drunk.
Yeah, I think and it's cheap.
Yeah. You hand that to me at a party, I'm for sure going to drink it because I'm trying to get fucked up.
I was going to go 6.5, but now I want to go 6.6 because it does its purpose.
Yeah.
Got that little hint more of alcohol. I feel like it's going to be a good bong beer.
Like, it shows up to the party to do just what it's there to do. Get you fucked up, possibly pass you out somewhere. Nothing more, nothing less.
You wake up and you're like, oh, fuck. But then you're like, you check your bank account. Like, damn, I only spent $8.
Dude, those used to be the great nights when, like, I'd wake up, like, after getting paid, I'd go out and party, and I'm like, and I look and say, oh, I spent $25. Go. That could have got ugly.
Those nights we would go out in the city and you wake up a little bit vague of how you got home. That was always my first panic. Like, oh, shit, how much did I spend? That's like, oh, that wasn't as bad. Or it'd be like, oh, shit.
Yeah, it's like when you wake
or
up.
Or first thought is find my card. Make sure I have it.
Yeah, that is kind of a key. It's like, did I bring my car home with me? How did I get home?
Why do I have McDonald's in my bed?
Dude, actually, there was one night, like, after we recorded, I went up the street to McDonald's. I was so drunk. And I got back in bed. I got a Big Mac. I didn't even finish the Big Mac. Like, I took 2 bites. I think I took 1, maybe 2 bites. Just laid it on the floor and went to sleep. I was like, fuck this.
McDonald's, that Big Mac is hitting.
Yeah. So I told Sarah that. Because, like, I haven't really been fucking with McDonald's lately, other than, like, the filet of fish. But I was like, the other day, I was just like, yo, I don't really want this, but I need it. And I need a Big Mac. She was like, are you sure? And I didn't get a Big Mac, but because she was like, you haven't really been eating like McDonald's lately. Are you sure you need a Big Mac? I was like, I need a Big Mac. I didn't get a Big Mac. I don't know what we had, but it wasn't a Big Mac, and it's fine. I had a burrito the other day. I don't know if I've ever had a burrito in my life.
I like Chipotle is good. Taco Bell's got some suspect food.
Yeah, I mean, half of it's not even like real meat.
I mean, it's all the same ingredients, prepared in different ways.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, they're bean burritos. Ugh.
So we went to, I took Sophie to Dave & Buster's on Monday because it was Labor Day. I don't know if I was actually off on Labor Day. I just didn't go to work. I just didn't show up because I assumed we were off. Like, I don't, because the one lady said, like, because we're in the same company. She goes, yeah, like, my department's not off on Labor Day. And I was like, that sucks. Well, we are. And we might not have been. Call. I never asked anybody.
Labor Day.
I never confirmed with anybody.
I'm the opposite of, like, I think I work every time.
Like, so we went to Dave & Buster's, and I let Sophie run around. And this kid run past me, and I go, that looks like so-and-so, our old neighbor. And it turns out that it was, because the dad came up. It was like, calling, like, hey, Dante, Sophie. We turned around, it was like, it was them. So, we let the kids run around, play games together. And then Sophie was like, can we go to, I was like, hey, baby, we got to get ready for lunch. And she was like, can we go to lunch with them? I was like, well, you have to ask them. They may have other plans. So they're like, yeah, let's go over to Chevy's and, get some tacos and shit. I was like, all right, cool. So we go there. And mind you, this is a party of 7. There's 5 of them, 2 of us. So we sit down, and they never told the waiter that he had a table over there. So we're waiting forever. By this time, they're like, look, let's just go. Because the youngest one, he's losing his mind. He needs food now. So he was like, as we're leaving, the dad was like, come on by the house, let the kids run around and play, da da da. He was like, there's a new burrito spot up the street. So they're like, we're just gonna run by there and get some burritos. You want a burrito? I was like, all right, that's fine. Whatever. I'm thinking myself, I've never had a burrito before. Like, I've eaten wild food, but I never had a burrito before. Because the thing is, with a burrito, you just basically put all the shit together. And I don't fuck with food like that. I don't fuck with my food like crammed together, yo. I need my food separated. I need to be able to see my food. But I didn't know that's what the burrito was. So the wife asked, because like, is there anything you don't eat? And since it's free, I'm not going to be picky. So I was like, no, I'm fine with anything. So they get back to the house. They're like, yeah, so we got you a steak and shrimp burrito. Now at this point, Sarah's with us. And Sarah's like, yeah, no, he doesn't eat shrimp. Now me, because it's free, I was going to power through it. I would have made it work. I wouldn't have been happy, but I would have made it work. The mom was like, well, look, I got like a steak and like garlic parmesan type bullshit burrito. So here, we'll just trade. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll go ahead and eat this. And when I tell you, it was a struggle. Like I'm not exaggerating. Like I'm eating this thing, and it's like it's got all this shit in it, like rice, beans, fucking peppers, steak, like fucking garlic parmesan dripping all over the place. And I'm just sitting there like, grinning and bear like, this is good. It wasn't good. It was not good at all. I'm sure it was good for anyone that likes it. It wasn't good for me. It was a nightmare. And then like later on, my fart smelled fucking horrendous. Like my piss smelled so bad. I was like, oh my God, I'm never eating that again. And then I was thinking, like, and this is what the wife was going to eat. Jesus Christ. Like, ugh, couldn't imagine. What a terrible idea and a terrible time. Ugh. Anyhow, so that was my experience having a burrito.
You're gonna have your first Cuban.
Yeah. Well, what time is it? Looking at, okay, all right. Let's relax. You're in a fucking rush. Like, let's chill. You're acting like we're like doing drugs.
Oh, we don't want to do this at the end.
I'm not doing that at the end. I just wanted to fucking go to the fucking NFL joint real quick.
You want to do our predictions now?
Yeah, let's do our
Let me grab
predictions.
the next beer. You want to set it up of talking about talk about your day.
yeah. Bring me that box of wine too. Like, yeah, I guess he wants me to talk about. I didn't fucking do shit for my day. Like I fucking went to work. I took some homeless guy to get a scooter fixed, which was a fucking adventure. Like, cause I guess the homeless guy ordered a scooter off of Amazon. I didn't know you like buy scooters off Amazon, but I think in total you pay like $1,200 for it. Like I think it was like $30 to ship, and then some other bullshit fucking dollars in it. Maybe it was $300 to ship. Either way, he bought a scooter off Amazon. Surprise, surprise. The fucking timing belt needs to be fucking replaced. He bought it back in June, so had to take him out to Brooklyn Park to get it fixed. Which once I got the homeless guy, and it wasn't just a straight homeless guy, it was a homeless guy from work, so it was kind of a straight homeless guy. But once he's in the van with me and he's giving me directions, I kind of felt like he was leading me to a trap. I felt like I was probably about to get mugged with a guy in the van who has intellectual delays. And the only thing that dude would have said was, oh shit, as I'm getting mugged. And they took the $40 out of my wallet. That didn't happen though.
Wow, this guy.
Don't fucking judge. You don't fucking leave me to my own devices. All right? You told me to tell him about my day.
This guy clearly likes talking to himself.
Because you fucking told me to. I could have paused.
All right, so yeah, this 5.6. I was like, I don't even know what I bought today. It was just ones that we've never had. Good show. I know it's a type of hop. I think it's 8%.
I don't hate that. I like the smell. I'm digging that. It looks a little garlic parmesan-y, but it
I
has
haven't heard that describe a beer before.
It has a look to it that I'm not crazy about, which is
called face chop.
Yeah.
Which sounds like it would be serious. Born in Maryland.
Okay. Oh, I got this wine here too. So I had one of my teammates came on the podcast last week, and she brought me this wine here. 1,000 stories. Bourbon barrel aged Gold Rush Red. So I just want all y'all to know, if y'all come through to be a guest on the show, whether it be Off the Mats, Colompton, or So You Like Horror, come bearing gifts. Because this woman showed up with a bottle of wine. And not only that, she was a fantastic guest. So I got a double whammy episode. However, we got to talk about horror movies and jiu-jitsu. So it's going to go on both platforms. But I think Sarah and I are going to drink this wine tomorrow. Like, I think we're going to like drink this wine and take some fucking gummies. Just fucking get blitzkrieged and fucked up and pass out down here in the basement. I don't have shit to do on Sunday. So I'm just going to get...
Yeah, I watched the Commanders game.
What time? They play at 1?
Yeah.
Who are they playing?
Cardinals.
Oh, easy.
Should be.
Like, I don't need to watch them win. I know they're gonna win. Like, I'll catch the highlights. Like the Cardinals ain't even gonna show up. Like, Washington just gonna be
Joshua
there.
Dobbs is playing quarterback.
Love it. And he got like, does he have like alopecia? I don't think he has like eyebrows or some shit. He looks like he doesn't have eyebrows. Is it like alopecia? Like you're allergic to hair?
I don't think you're allergic to it. You just don't have any.
Like pubes either? He's like as smooth as a dolphin.
I know that with that one rapper I like, Sick Jacket. He has no eyebrows, but he always wears sunglasses, so it fits. But then when you, it doesn't look that odd. I feel like
It does
for some people.
It does. It looks really odd. Like when I see people with no eyebrows, I can't help but stare.
But imagine don't have to ever. Well, I like facial hair, but yeah, you never have to shave.
I don't shave my
pubes?
eyebrows anyway. What are you talking about?
Do you ever have them trimmed?
No.
You don't go to the barber.
I'm a fucking.
Your eyebrows are
I'm a fucking man.
short.
Yeah,
They don't grow.
yeah, they do. Why you look? They're there.
Man,
Fuck
they're
you
short.
talking about?
Mine, the barber, every once in a while, I'll be cutting them.
You've already be fucking with your eyebrows. That's wild.
Yeah, because that shit grows.
Does it?
Yours don't.
I guess. I
If
don't
you've
know.
never cut them, they're like literally like a millimeter long.
I had to pluck one the other day because it was just felt weird, so I just pulled one out.
Well, that's not.
I don't know.
I cut a line in my eyebrow twice when I was young.
Judging.
Yeah.
Um,
My dad thought I was in a gang.
Yeah, your dad. Yeah, your dad is wild.
I think that might have been one of the top 3 things I got most in trouble for was the line in the eyebrow.
Hey, your dad is wild on levels that I can't even describe right now. But kudos to him. Shout out to Big Kev.
He's retired now. So he's living the life.
Oh,
I
nice.
actually think I saw him walking
Get
on
the
my way to
fuck outta
work,
here.
like on the path. I have to ask him about that.
What?
I think he goes for walks a lot.
He was like walking to Best Buy to buy
Where
some more
we play
electronics.
basketball. You know where we play basketball.
Yeah,
I think he was around that area. I'm pretty sure it was him.
There's not a bar back there, is there?
No, he doesn't drink.
Oh, word, dude. We gotta have Big Kev on the episode now. I got so many questions.
Well, you know what might happen.
Well,
It might be a 12-hour episode
oh yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
with none of us talking.
Your dad be telling some stories,
And they go into other stories.
dude. Like there was
One
I don't-
story will go into 8 other stories.
like I remember there was one time he was telling some story and like I wasn't trying to be rude, but I was legit like checking out, and I'm just sitting. I'm trying to follow.
I have it a little bit in me, but I'm a little more self-aware.
I know.
I'm self-aware. When I tell stories too, sometimes it's like I give more info, and the way I write, I give way more information than needed. It's like I backtrack, but I'm aware of it, so I can control it a little bit. My brother is this. He has the same thing, but he's not aware of it. Brett will tell a story that literally could be the point, and he'll laugh about this, but he could say the entire thing probably in 3 sentences, but it goes back in time further. It'll be like, so-and-so and this, I met so-and-so doing this, and I met him because I went this, and we're just like going back in time.
I think that's most people though. Your dad be telling stories though in a way where
but
it's
it's
like
my dad. It's from me.
like the way that he tells stories. It's baffling because it's like it makes sense, but it's like it could have been over an hour ago. And you're just like,
Yeah, he loves to
feel like and just hear me out. I feel like, Big Cav, I feel like you made your point an hour ago, but you're still talking.
He
about
loves to talk. But he doesn't. He's not the best of listeners. When he is in one of those,
Tell him he
stories,
should do his own podcast by himself.
He might.
Just,
I mean,
tell him to get a timer, set it for an hour,
see, he reads a
and let
lot.
him go. See,
He would have a lot to talk about.
that'd be fascinating. I'd listen to it. I'd listen.
I think his views, I don't know what they'd be. Oh, shit, I was looking for some. Look at this.
What's up? Well, is that Brett?
That's
Or
me.
You?
I got that scar on my head. That's, remember, you've seen that line over my head.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Oh, that's a handsome young man. Look at those overalls.
Who's that little girl?
It's funny when we all wear like those. Brown was so big in the 80s,
Oh, yeah.
early 80s, late 70s.
Yo, who thought that was the ideal move? They're like, yo, trust me, brown is the move of the future.
All right. So I just realized in middle school, I purposely wore the same Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan shirt several years on picture day. So I was wearing the same shirt. Like, I thought it was funny. Well, my parents, clearly I'm young there. Look at the brown overalls. Much older. Brown over. Oh, I've been doing it for years.
So,
Wore the same thing in every picture.
because I mean, that's the move. It's like, look, if it works, it works. Like, just keep going with it. It ain't broke, don't fix it.
Apparently, when I was a kid, those brown overalls were my outfit. That was my number one.
You probably like threw a tantrum if you weren't wearing them. But just put the fucking brown on them.
I don't know. I bet when I was young, from what I remember and what I heard, I was probably very difficult of not wanting to wear them.
You sound like a little shit.
I remember my mom made me dress up one time for picture day. I was not happy.
I don't think I ever dressed up for picture day.
Oh,
We'll dress up in the sense of like I'd wear like something like a button up shirt.
in third grade, I was trying to be funny and I wore a bow tie.
Bow ties are not funny. They're
Man,
terrifying.
in third grade, when you got a blonde bow, that shit was funny.
Bow ties are terrifying.
I had some Top Gun high tops.
I can't stand a bow tie. When I see people wearing bow ties, I avoid them. Like I might have a phobia, actually. I don't know what it'd be called. Bow tie phobia. But I don't fucks with bow ties. Like Tucker Carlson, he used to wear a bow tie when he was on CNN. That
I
shit
would
was
never
stressful.
choose to wear a bow tie as an adult.
And the thing is weird. I think like ties. Like it's actually like a fucking tie. I had to wear like a
I only
clip-on
had the
once.
clip on.
Yeah. It was like, why would you not wear a clip on anything? Like, why would you go through the extra steps? Dickhead.
Well, I've worn real ties, but I don't know how to tie them.
So yeah, what it is for me is like, I knew how to tie them. So I tied all my ties back in 2000. And
Yeah.
they're still hanging in the
Yeah,
closet
usually once someone ties it for me once, I
Yeah.
keep it, and then it's just a matter of tightening it.
Yeah, I didn't fuck with tying any more ties after that. Like on my wedding day, I had on a tie. Yeah, that got tied back in 2000. I just put it over
I had a tie on.
for my wedding.
so.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
And that was when I was my heaviest.
which is wild because like I was actually just looking at my pictures on Facebook the other day, and I was like, hey, these folks are dressed up. Why y'all dressed up? I think like the only person who wasn't like dressed up was like Cheyenne. I think she was just like in a shirt and some pants. Was like, hey, I'm here. I think it was like a last second thing for her, like literally like that day. Like, hey, we got an extra spot. And her boyfriend, because he would have been number 7. We can only have 6. He like waited out in the car.
What's wild is I've never had an actual real full suit ever in my life. That jacket was when I was at my heaviest. So if I was to wear it, when I lost weight, I think I had to dress up for a wedding. And I tried it on. I looked literally like a kid wearing his dad's jacket. That shit looks hilarious. Oh, yeah. That's not Dante peeing.
Yes, it is.
Oh, he's tapping it. Maybe it is. Do you shake it?
Yes. I don't just put like a wet dick back in my fucking drawers.
I find as you get older, it'll take a long time.
Yeah, I mean, well, because like you got to make sure it's empty.
Yeah, now
Like-
it's like it used to be a shake, you done.
Yeah.
You shake, done now. You're like, oh, you made a mistake.
No. Like a couple weeks back, I thought it was empty, And I rolled it back up and tucked it in. And I was like, oh, whoa. It had to come back out. It was like, I can't go back out
That's a sign of. That's one of the only signs I think of age I've experienced. Like, yo, what's this about?
I mean,
this didn't even happen.
I mean, I found a gray pube. I haven't seen another one since, but that like I thought it was over. When I found a gray pube, I thought it was the end. Like I legit thought I was like, this is it. Finger in the butt and then heart attack.
Oh, yeah, the finger.
And it's a wrap. So yeah.
Well, we live long now.
I think you can decline though the finger in the butt.
I think you should do it though.
I think
that's the number one killer.
To. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not like built like everybody else. So
man, you just got something.
No. I mean, I'm not built.
Put yourself somewhere else.
No, like I'm good. I'm all right. I don't need a finger in my butt to tell me what's going on. Everything's been working. I jerk off a lot, so I think I'm all right.
I don't think that has anything to do with.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it does.
No.
Yes, it does.
I know it can help, but
like
that's still like the.
I jerk off so much
man.
that I'm pretty sure I'm immune at this point. I'm pretty certain of it. So I'm good. I'm good though. I'm glad you're worried about my butthole. I don't need a finger in it though. I appreciate it though. Like 30 plus years of friendship.
Next topic.
He's still worried about my butthole.
Let's go. Let's review this beer.
I'm not even done with it, dude. I just poured some wine.
Yeah, but we gotta review it.
Well, yeah.
Because we gotta. I think we should smoke the cigar, then do our.
You're
NFL
like a
picks.
fucking antsy 4-year-old who wants to fucking play with the Legos. Let's just build these fucking Legos and then we can go do everything else.
No,
like, all right, child.
This beer is not bad. It's not great.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I like it better than
It's
Busch
almost like
Ice.
the can. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
the
that's how
y'all
the
came
beer
up
is.
with?
I told you, garlic parmesan. That's what it looks like to me. Like what was in my burrito the other day.
I always hate on, and I always stutter when I say it,
Chipotle.
But their meat is seasoned very well. Like, so I don't like my burritos with everything that everyone else does, like all the cheese and just everything. I actually like it simple, but just like the meat, beans are the rice is really good at Chipotle.
I always just get tacos.
Meat,
at Chipotle.
rice, actually just meat and rice, and maybe like the mild salsa, which I always find it like funny when I order mild salsa. Like, oh, you can't handle it. Like, nah, I can't taste it. So the mild salsa tastes significantly better than the hot salsa. But just that with I don't need the cheese. The lettuce I dislike now in anything. Like burgers, lettuce is just. I think I might have said this on here a long time ago, but Subway made me dislike lettuce because on their subs they would put so much friggin' lettuce on it that I'm now turned off from lettuce on sandwiches. I like salads, but I don't want lettuce on my sandwich.
I'll get lettuce on a sub at Subway, but I tell them as they pick it up, no, just a sprinkle.
I like tomato as a topping, but in general, I really like my burgers plain. If it's cooked well, just
gotta be
cheese,
yeah,
meat. Yeah, I can even do not cheese. But when it's really good, just that. I mean, it clearly there's going to be some seasoning on the meat. Like some people know how to season it, some people don't. Some people like to put well done pepper burgers. What's funny is that person will know who we're talking about. Yo, I will say, Wandsberg game was pretty good the other day. For the
was that Saturday?
Yeah, that was.
I was very close to making moves.
That was so. I had my worries of like, could this be dragged out? Like, is everyone gonna not be paying attention? It was more. It was fun, and if it's ever possible that you can get everyone in a room to do the draft, it is more fun. It's just so hard to do these days, and that was probably a rare exception. Seth flew in from North Carolina to be there.
I think too.
And
it's like,
one person wasn't there.
I think you also have to look too at like your group of friends. It's like, these are all old friends, so there's a lot to that. These are all old friends who grew up together, been like known each other for years. So that like for us to do this, we've known each other for 30 years. So for us to do this, you know, it's kind of on that same kind of field of like.
If most of those guys, so I'm a few years younger. I was friends with them later. Most of them, they were friends since like elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
So they're a pretty tight group. Yo, it's wild. So one guest we've talked about having was there, Timmy Z. And I told him because he reached out one time about the 40 ounce.
Was Buzz there?
No, I don't.
No. So because he was at a draft too with everybody in the room, and who, like it looked like some of the same people. And I was like,
if so, maybe I don't know who he is.
I mean, if he was there, you'd know.
Yeah.
Because I actually just reached out to him about being on Off the Mats because he just sent me a random Instagram message. It was just a link to his page. So I was like, yo, you want to be on the podcast? Or he like does Ironman competitions and whatnot. So I was like, come on, it'd be interesting to talk to you. So
yeah, I think so. I mentioned it again, and he's thought about it, and I think Timmy T is down one of these times.
Schultz doesn't live far from here.
There was a certain person, I won't say the name, got a little bit too drunk during the draft.
Oh, give me the initials.
T.
All right. Never mind. All right.
I made their last 3 picks. So I hope they work out.
Well, good for them.
But it was a great time. But yeah, that is the way to do the drafts because it's one time a year. I know it's a little bit painful. We had the actual draft board. Brett was the one putting the stickers up.
Maybe like if you're not really into crowds though, it's not the way to do a draft. So
yeah, I mean it was just that group. But we had some food. I brought some Jameson. Oh, you know what's good is Jameson and Juan had a blackberry ginger ale.
That sounds
that
good.
Was a
actually.
good combination.
So there's some weird combinations that you wouldn't think are good that are actually really good. Like in a pinch one night years ago when I used to work at a previous job, we'd have juice like fruit punch, grape juice, and like pineapple juice. And I would always take home the extra pineapple juice because, you know, I want my jizz to taste good for my girl. So there was one night I'm sitting there, I had some Jack Daniels. And I'm not that much of an alcoholic where I'm just going to drink Jack straight out the bottle. So I mixed that with some of that pineapple juice. Let me tell you, surprisingly refreshing. And it made my jizz taste pretty okay, I think.
You taste?
I didn't taste. I said I think.
I don't know.
Why would I taste my own jizz? That's fucking gross. Like, I don't like snowballs. It's fucking gross.
I've heard a lot of like comedian podcasts where they've like obviously if Jason Momoa is, I'm like,
why?
That's never been a thought of mine.
Yeah, that's never been any.
I have no interest at all.
After I get done, I make sure I don't get any on my hands, and if I do, I wash my hands immediately. Like that's just not even a. Ugh. Gross. That sounds like a Theo Von thing. Fucking weirdo.
It's an old clip, but it still cracks me up. It came in my feed today of when who's the 2 bear guys?
Oh, Bert and Tom.
Yeah, when Bert casually admits he's drinking Kool-Aid. That shit's so funny. He doesn't think anything is wrong with it till he starts talking about it, and Tom's just like, he's just like, man, Kool-Aid is the best. He's like, you're really drinking Kool-Aid? Like, he doesn't believe him. He's just like, yeah, it's red Kool-Aid. I drink 2 of these a day.
Yeah, I think that's a problem.
And he's first like, no, you're not. And he like actually pours it. He's like, oh my God, you are drinking Kool-Aid. And he's like, yeah, it's good. And he's like, what flavor is this? He's like, red. And he drinks 2. And Tom's just dying laughing. He's like, there's so much sugar in here. And that's when it hits Bert.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. He's like, everyone thinks you're walking around like, good for that guy. He's drinking water. Meanwhile, you're drinking Kool-Aid.
I mean, I haven't had Kool-Aid in a while.
I haven't had Kool-Aid since I was a kid.
I might. Nah, you had to. If you came over to the old apartment, you had to have some Kool-Aid. That's all we had in the house was Kool-Aid or beer.
I probably went beer though.
We didn't have any.
I don't
other
think I would
options.
choose Kool-Aid.
And it wasn't that we had beer as the other alternative. It was like if we had beer, it must have been a pay week. But it was mostly Kool-Aid. If we had water, you probably didn't want to drink it because who knows where it came from. But we also use that water to mix in the Kool-Aid. So,
Does Kool-Aid kill the germs?
probably the way I made it. But I think I might go out and get some Kool-Aid tomorrow after practice. I'm going to go.
I imagine, I don't know that
Kool-Aid.
I've ever done it, but I imagine Kool-Aid mixed with vodka is probably amazing.
Not great
Gatorade
Kool-Aid,
mixed with vodka is really good.
I'm sure. I'm not
Hydrates
sure.
you. It cancels everything out. You're
I'm
good.
sure it does.
Should we rate this beer? Yeah, we crushed
Did
it.
we rate the beer?
No.
Oh, I've been drinking wine.
It's Kushwa. So I believe Kushwa, though, is a type of hop because I've mentioned it a few times. By the way, last week, the first beer that I wrote down, I can't find. So I got to listen to the episode to see if I wrote it wrong. But it was called Basic Beck. And I'm like, I'm searching and I can't find it.
Don't recall that at all.
Yeah, I'll have to listen.
I don't remember.
When I hear myself, I'm like, ugh.
Trust me. I don't be playing these back.
I think I was talking to Tim about that. It was just like, yeah, it's weird listening to yourself. So it's fun to do. And I was like, you were like on our list. Schultz would be good too. Of like,
those are the main two that I'd like to have on. I think would be fun. I mean, there are other people I think would be a lot of fun, but I think
there's
Tim
like
and
people
Schultz
we are
would be.
like close friends with, but it's like it might not be podcasts.
So I think the thing is too, when you have someone on a podcast, especially if it's their first time doing a podcast, you have to make them feel comfortable. And after that, because even when you did the first Off the Mats with me, it took a while when you listen back to that. It took a while to kind of warm you up. But once you got rolling, you were in. And I think that's with a lot of people, though, on their first time recording. Especially something like this, because it is really just us talking shit. Like, there is not really a dedicated theme, per se. You know, it's like I write notes on the dry erase board as you're walking in. So it's not even like, it was like, okay, this is what we're going to talk about this week. I like these notes are shits. I'm reading articles as you're walking in the door. Like, okay, we gotta talk about this. It's like, so it's.
And we usually don't half the time end up talking about the board.
Well, the board today is simplistic. It's NFL, and we haven't really talked much about NFL other than like
We're
the
gonna
first
get
half
to
hour.
we're gonna smoke our cigars and do our. The cigar is gonna help our previews. And then we're gonna
guess.
keep score of how many we predicted right.
I guess I don't. At that point, I don't care.
We haven't been able to do that where we predict them
Well,
because
you
the
got to
game's
do
already
them. You
happened.
got to do them week by like. Well, first off, we do the predictions for like our who's going to win each division.
Right.
Do our playoff predictions, and then we'll do our week.
I see every time we about to review a beer is when we go all over the place. Like, all right, time to review this beer. Then we go.
Because I don't want to.
Yes, my dad, he pops up. He's telling us every other story that there is first.
That's why I think Big Kev would be an excellent guest. We'll never get a beer reviewed with him though. So let's review this beer. And one time when I was 12, Jesus Christ. All right.
Kushwa Brewing Company. It's called Face Chop. It's a New England style double Indian pale ale. Born in Maryland. 8.2%.
Love it.
I believe the city, it's not important. It's in Maryland. Williamsport, that's right. And it's brewed with barley, oats, and citra hops. The 8.2 is nice.
Yeah, that's about
It's
it.
nothing memorable.
So
I couldn't even. It is a little bit New England style, which is that like.
yeah. Well, it smelled like when I took that first whiff, I was like, ooh, I think I'm going to like this. And I took the first sip and I was like, I'm not into this. I don't hate it. Like, it's definitely not something that I'm like, fuck this beer. But it is something that I know I'm not going to buy. And I prefer not to drink again.
That 8.2 snuck up on me. Because it was so easily crushable.
Oh, maybe it's just the wine getting to me. I'm a little loopy. I'm going to give this what I gave the last one 6.6.
Yeah,
But that's a
Bush
party
Ice.
game.
Yeah.
That's a
Let me just put this out there. If our score ends up being similar or low, this is far better than Bush Ice.
It is.
Taste wise.
It is. Because, like, look, I'm
We're
giving
putting
this
this in a different category.
This is going to get a 6-7 just because I can't bring myself to have it under the Bush Ice. But if we didn't have the Bush Ice, this is probably like a 6-4 for me. But I refuse to give it a lower score than Bush. So this is going to be a 6-7 for me. And I'm going to be honest. Like, yeah, if you hand it to me at a party, I'm going to drink it kind of
I'll
reluctantly.
go 6-7 too. This,
Yeah.
and I like these style of beer. And the 8% is usually my sweet spot. This is
This
there's
isn't
just
it.
nothing memorable.
I mean, like,
Face
yeah,
chop.
it's just not something I feel like I want more
Cans
of.
basic. Let's do a little better. You
The
get
fucking
a little
can is
bit of
kinda-
the Maryland
kinda
flag. You
trash.
could have put a lot more.
Yeah, if you're Maryland, you need to rep it up.
Yeah.
Like, this is
We
trash.
got the tightest flag by far.
Easily. And I hate people who hate on the Maryland flag, yo.
Oh,
It's like-
there's no better flag.
Like they think they hate on it because their flags are trash. Like, super trash. Fuck them.
Yeah, I wish. I mean, Washington Commanders play in Maryland. I wish they would have done something, but the Ravens really
Dude,
missed out on
yeah.
using.
Well, like
The
the Terps,
flag colors.
you know, the Terps be going in.
And it was until it was recent. Before then, they were pretty basic uniforms, but now they have some of the tightest
Oh
uniforms.
no, they be embracing that shit. Like, and I love it. Like, I think Michigan's coming down to play Maryland in November, and then Detroit's coming to play the Ravens in October. So I think I'm gonna try to catch both those games. I'm not sure what the deal is gonna be with the Ravens game yet, because
It also depends how they do.
so
They go on a little skid, get those tickets, they're gonna slide. If they start winning, that shit's gonna raise.
yeah, this is a tough.
They got an easy first game. We'll get to that.
But like, I know Sophie loves football, and I know this will be a big deal for her to go to the game. But it's like, damn, like all my family, all my friends are like, yo, let's go to the game. And I'm like I really want to go with my kid. Like, I really want this to be special for the kid. So I'm not sure. I gotta think about this over the next couple weeks, because I feel like if I go to the game without her, she's gonna be furious. But the plus side is Michigan is coming to town, and she loves Michigan, so I might be able to get away with it. Going to the Ravens game, getting alcohol poisoning, and possibly arrested, and then I can go to the Maryland game in 3 weeks after that, as long as I make bail. So yeah. Let's go ahead, take a little break. We're gonna go smoke a cigar real quick. It's about to be an
First one,
adventure.
we'll review it.
You want to go out back and do this?
Yeah.
Where all the spiders are.
Yeah, little spiders.
cool.
Might get bit.
Love to get
Might
powers.
Might come back as spider.
I don't think it happened that quick, dude. Then he went to sleep. I feel like Spider-Man probably jerked off, and then the spider powers like kicked in. Like, it's the only way to do it. But we'll be back.
Imagination.
And yo, don't hate, yo. Yo, you wish your imagination was as cool as mine. My shit is tight. We'll be back. All right. And we're back. See, y'all thought that was just seconds. We're going for what, maybe 30, 40?
Was it that long?
I don't know. Dude, I be making shit up. I don't know. I be making numbers up and shit.
I don't think it was 40.
I don't think it was 40.
Like 20,
What time is it?
10:30.
Yeah, it was a minute.
All right.
It was a minute.
So your first cigar.
It was all right.
It was a cheaper cigar.
It
So.
was a good social. Good social. It's one of those things like, yeah, you kind of sit around casually. You know, it's not like a cigarette where you're like burning through it quick and then kind of move on to the next one. It's like you can let it like kind of marinate. Well, it was solid. I'm not really much for
started raining
smoking. Yeah, that was fucking trash. Neighbor came out. Like, I hardly ever see that guy. Like, I'll see him in passing. He's pleasant. He's like, hey, man, what's up? I'm trying to see if you're trying to watch some fights. I'm always trying to watch fights with people. Like, my old neighbors, they still come through to watch fights. But it's like, yeah, it was kind of inconvenient for you guys. Like, the one dude, he lives around the corner, so it's not that bad. Actually, it was wild. He lives next to Thaddeus. Because when we went over there the other day, I'm driving by. I'm looking, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Thad's house. Then when we were leaving, I saw the SUV out front. I was like, I am positive that's Thad's house. So I texted that. I was like, yo, what's your address, yo? I'm not going to send anything weird. I do that shit in April. So he shoots me his address. I was like, all right, I thought so. Yeah, we just drove by your house. Our old neighbor lives like the next street over from you. He was like, oh, word? That's cool. I was like, yeah, and I'll send you something weird in April. Probably like some like gummy dicks or something. But that'll be in April. All right, man. I'll talk to you then. So that's how I communicate with people. It's like I'm awkward as fuck, so I just like to say weird shit. All right.
This beer's called Doggy Style.
Love it already. All right. Can we fucking do our week 1 preview now?
Yeah.
Well, first, yeah. Let's just do let's do a week 1 preview, and then let's talk about the divisions. Who's gonna win each division? All right. So you pull those some bitches up. I'm gonna drink this wine and pour some drink.
Sarah's gonna love that. Smell like smoke.
Whatever.
She's gonna be mad at me. Why do you smoke?
I told her. I went upstairs. I told her, I was like, hey, we're about to go out back because we're, like the bedroom is right there. So she'll freak out like, who's out front or who's out back? So I was like, we're going out back. We're gonna channel our inner Tony Soprano. Smoke a cigar.
Yeah, now we're really a social club.
And then a neighbor came out. His dog
He was
started
so
barking.
jealous of our cigars. He's like, those guys are tight.
He was probably like, dude, I don't want to do that. I was like, you can come over, dude. We're friendly.
We should have like our smoking jackets on. All right, ready for game 1?
All right, game 1.
Panthers, Falcons.
Well, wait, Thursday night game. I'm picking the Lions. I did pick the Lions.
I bet on the Lions. I bet on some other things and lost, but that helped cover my bet. One was that Gibbs and Pacheco would get a touchdown. They came nowhere. Well, Gibbs came a little bit close. Pacheco,
Yeah, what did he do?
he had a lot of action for not a lot.
So he was just
Kind of like Montgomery. I mean, Montgomery ended up with the touchdown. The touchdown run was nice, but he was like 21 carries for 70 yards.
yeah, he had the touchdown running, and what's his name had the catch, St. Brown.
Yeah, I think Pacheco had like only like less than 50 yards total.
Good for him.
He had a lot of touches, but yeah, it was weird as Edwards Hilaire started.
Proud of him.
All right,
All right, so
we got Detroit right, so we're 1-0. Well, we'll put that down. That we
Yeah,
both
that
picked
counts.
it. I have proof that I did bet on them.
yeah, I
So,
have proof that I
Detroit.
picked him because right now in my pick'em league, I'm up over everyone right now.
Panthers, Falcons.
One
This is trickier than you think.
It's tricky.
Panthers played strong, and then the Falcons lost a bunch of close games, but should be better.
So that's where
But
it
they
gets
got
real
a
slippery.
suspect quarterback, and then I drafted him in one league, the quarterback for Carolina, which no one drafted him in any other league.
Oh, Carolina, Bryce.
Bryce Young.
Yeah, Ohio State.
So I mean, you got
Or
Bryce.
no, he's not. He's Alabama.
You
I'm
got
sorry.
Bryce Young versus Desmond Ritter. So
I'm going to
Think
go
about that.
Carolina. I'm going Carolina.
and Falcons are 3.5, but we're just gonna go with the winner.
Yeah. Fuck all that extra shit.
I'm gonna go. Dang, I think I'm gonna go Falcons. But this one is not a lock as people think. I think
Yeah, it can go either way.
Bengals Browns.
Do we know what's happening with Joe Burrow right now
I
besides
think
getting
he's
paid?
gonna play.
He got paid.
That could go. Maybe he takes the day off now.
Yeah, he's probably like, I got paid. I ain't got to play now, bitch.
This one too. Bengals are only
Yeah.
favored by 2, and it's at Cleveland.
It's at Cleveland. That makes it a little trickier. But also, who wants to really be in Cleveland? Cleveland don't want to be in Cleveland. Somebody commented on one of my posts today, talk about coming to Cleveland and try that. I didn't reply, but I was like, no one wants to come to Cleveland. Because it's a fact. No one does. I'm going to pick Cincinnati because I hate Cleveland.
I'm gonna go Bengals as well, but I like Chubb.
Yeah,
Yo,
it's-
Chubb went number 2 in the OM league.
I got Chubb in one of my leagues, I think.
I was hoping to get him when I had that 11th pick. He almost, I think he got picked just before me.
I showed you that Brock Purdy went second round.
But did you hear? So in the OM league, Chubb went 2.
Yeah, I mean,
So that made me get CMC at 3. Oh, I didn't tell you. I had a caveat. I had a trade in the works of I didn't want 3 where Jamar Chase is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And Juan really wanted 3. But I was like, I'll give you 3, but I'm going to be mad if I trade out of 3 and Justin Jefferson or CMC fall for some reason. And he was like, yeah, I understand. So I was like, can we do, if one of them fall, I keep my pick. But if they don't, I'll trade it back because he wanted Eckler. And he was like, yeah, we can do that. So Chubb went 2. So I ended up keeping my pick and getting CMC at 3.
So in your league, I ended up taking Chase because I was picking 6. He
shouldn't have felt like he should be number. He's 3 on most lists.
Yeah.
So 6 is fine.
Yeah.
That's why I was wanting to trade back. But I also was wanting to get either Bijan Robinson or Chubb. Chubb was the main one I wanted. And Bijan. I think I probably would have went Bijan. I think where Juan was picking at 7. And I think Juan did go Bijan. But now I'm a little worried about Bijan because he's not even, we don't even, now you see what, like Gibbs. He didn't barely get any touches. And the Falcons had, what's his name, the receiver that got tons of carries, Patterson.
Yeah.
Before he got hurt. And then Aguilar. Wait, am I saying it right?
Aguilar? Yeah.
Whatever.
He fell in a lot of drafts.
And he was a beast last year.
Yeah.
So it's like, we don't know how much Bijan's really going to play. He's on the best running team. He should be playing a lot, but we actually don't know.
Yeah.
All right, so we both went Bengals. Jags, Colts.
I'm on Jags.
Oh, I'm definitely going Jags because
Yeah.
I might even put them for the Super Bowl or going to the Super Bowl, not Super Bowl winner. Bucks, Vikings.
Going Vikings because I don't know what's going on with the Bucks right now.
Baker is starting.
It's not necessarily.
They still have a
thing.
bad. I mean, they still have some talent there.
Yeah, they do, but
I'm gonna go Vikings as well.
Vikings.
Titans, Saints.
That's a little slippery. So Saints have what's his name, Carr.
Yep, which a lot of people are thinking the Saints are going to be like one of the best teams in the NFC.
Relax.
I don't know why. I don't feel like Carr's on a better offense than he was in the Raiders.
I don't think so. He
I
doesn't
don't
have
know
a
why
better
the
run
people are
game.
assuming he's going to be better.
The run game's not better. He doesn't have
Doesn't
Devontae
have Devontae
Adams. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Shut up. Who are they playing again?
Titans.
I'm taking Titans out of
So-
spite.
Richardson's first game.
No. Richardson's playing for the Colts.
Oh, yeah. Titans. Oh, yeah.
They got that
Just-
other
it's
rookie.
just-
They got the white kid.
Yeah, they have, and then they had the rookie from the year before that they're not even playing.
Yeah. Damn. Back to back, like first round quarterbacks.
And yeah, it's still Tannehill, right?
Is it? I don't know. Let's see.
I thought so. They got.
I wouldn't be
They
shocked.
got that white guy, but I think it's. All right, let's see. I'm actually not. I haven't actually heard much about them at all.
Yeah, neither have they. Like,
I know I have their receiver, Trey Burks. I think will be good.
I mean, I mean, if Tannehill's still there, it would make sense that he's still starting. Yeah, they got Tannehill as starter. Willis as the number 2, and then the
Damn. So
and the guy
Willis
they
got
drafted,
number 2.
and then the guy that
They
they
even want
drafted.
him now.
Well, the kid they drafted this year is the 3rd right now, so that's wild.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is Willis was about to be out there, and now he's the number 2.
They don't know what they're doing.
Just keep drafting quarterbacks, but start Tannehill.
Well, Detroit kept drafting receivers until they got it right with fucking Megatron. They're like, one's got to work out.
Right.
See, I was going to pick Tennessee out of spite, but now, just looking at that, I might have to go with the Saints.
Favored by 3
Where are they playing?
in New Orleans.
I'm going to go Saints.
I'm gonna go Titans here. Let's switch it up. I just feel like Derrick Henry's the X factor. I'm not sold on the Saints because Kamara.
Neither am
he's
I.
not there. Michael Thomas. I haven't think he's done anything for 3 years now.
He's been injured like 2 out of those 3, though.
They do have Olave. But yeah, let's see what Derek Carr does.
Yeah.
All right. 49ers, Steelers. Ooh.
So that's a tricky one. Because 49ers are the easy pick,
It's in Pittsburgh.
but still,
49ers favored by 2.
Steelers are tough, especially at home. Oh, man. I'm going to take the 49ers because of the defense. But Pickett,
Bosa just got paid.
yeah. Pickett, I like that kid, but not against 49ers. So I'm going to go 49ers.
Cardinals, Commanders. Commanders favored by 7 now.
Jesus.
Damn.
Yeah, well, you know where I'm going.
I don't think we've ever been favored by 7 in the last 20 years.
Well, make that an easy pick there.
Yeah, if we lose to Joshua Dobbs,
Just wrap it up.
we got a problem.
Just wrap it
Like
up.
all the hype. By the way, it's the first game we sold out in a long time.
Really? Didn't know that. That's wild. Okay.
And that's a big sell, though, because it is one of the bigger stadiums. They got rid of a ton of seats. When it originally opened, I think it was like 91,000 seats there, which in the NFL is huge. I think they reduced it tremendously, but it's still up there. The crowd's, it's crazy. Like, the firing of Dan Snyder has, like, it's almost like the Commander fans are back.
Yeah, people are like, people hated that dude.
Lose to the Cardinals. A lot of that momentum's going to go.
They're going to say, bring back Snyder.
But yeah, I think there's a new buzz and energy with the Commanders, and I hope Sam Howell. My goal for this year, I could see that we're a better team and not necessarily a better record. I just want to see that Sam Howell's our starter. That would be like great for me going forward.
Who's your number 2? Jacoby?
Yeah, and it wouldn't be Jacoby next year. It would be
No, I mean, he's just kind of there.
I would like to see that Howell's the guy, and then I don't know. I have mixed feelings on Ron all the time. I think he was put in a tough situation, but I also think, I mean, the whole fact that even they played Howell was because Taylor Heineke was like, yo, y'all need to play this kid. And then it's come out like Rivera's been in the news of like, he said something like, if I knew he was that good, I would have started him sooner. It's like, so you can't evaluate talent at quarterback because you traded 2 threes for Wentz.
Well, that's what your
You
quarterback
brought all
coaches
your
are there for, though.
You brought all your Carolina boys there. The amount of quarterbacks that have been there since Rivera's been there has been crazy.
Yeah.
And with Haskins, like, he didn't really work with him at all.
Because he's dead.
All right, Texans, Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I feel more confident, but I don't know, Texans. Who's the guy that drafted?
No.
I don't know. They got Pierce.
C.J. Stroud. Well, they had back-to-back.
I mean, I'm definitely picking the Ravens. But
They had the second and the third pick. The Texans did.
They went to
And they went quarterback and the defense. I think they took a tackle.
It's like Pierce guy was playing hard running back. They got rid of one of their best receivers. He went to Dallas.
Oh, Cooks?
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks? I mean,
But yeah, I would think the Ravens should win.
they should.
are favored
And it's at
by-
home?
They're favored by 9.5.
Jeez. Yeah, they should win by 2 touchdowns. They should.
Ooh, Raiders, Broncos.
Raiders. Wait, who's the Raiders quarterback?
Jimmy G.
Oh, yeah, we'll go Raiders.
I wrote the teams instead of our names. Raiders. I think I'll go Raiders too. And one is because I have Devontae Adams in one league.
He went. So, so Manuel has a league because he's loving it. We turned him into a junkie. And he has a league, just a free league. Someone took Devontae, I want to say number 7, which I'm not mad at Devontae going in the first round. I'm just mad at that same person taking Brock Purdy second round.
Yo, I took Devontae. I think I have him in 2 leagues, but it was the 11th and 12th pick.
Ooh, okay. So far I'm on par with all my picks from my pick 'em right now. So, all right, who's next? Green Bay and Chicago?
Yep.
Green Bay, because that's what I have here.
This one's tricky. So
It's in Chicago. Yeah, it is.
Chicago's favored
By how much?
1.5. Which means if it wasn't a home game, Green Bay would be favored. Because you get that.
Yeah, the homer advantage. Yeah. So right here on ESPN Pick'em, 70% are picking the Bears. That could also just mean that 70% of people are stupid.
That's the Justin Fields hype. And we don't know what the hell Jordan Love is.
Yeah, well, I mean, but we know what Justin Fields is, though.
Yeah, the best running back in the league.
I'm going to switch to the Bears.
I'm going Bears. So for the most part, we're matching.
For the most part.
All right. Eagles, Patriots.
All right, so I'm going to go Eagles. But Bill's always got something up his sleeve, but I'm still going to go Eagles.
Yeah, go Eagles. Although I have a weird feeling about that one. Dolphins, Chargers.
So on here I have the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm going Dolphins. If they're healthy with those receivers and Tua doesn't get a concussion.
Yeah, their defense is still solid.
Rams,
even with Ramsey being hurt, they're still a solid defense.
Rams, Seahawks.
So I got Seahawks here, and I'm going to stick to it.
I am too. I think the Rams are in a rough spot talent-wise because of all the trade they did to win the Super Bowl. Now they're paying for it.
But they got what they got the Super Bowl. So honestly,
and what's his name? McVay almost left, but then he was like, because he didn't want to have to rebuild. And then he was like, yeah, I don't want to. I'm not going to abandon ship. But they lost tons of draft picks, so it's going to be a little bit before they can truly build. They still got some star players. Like if I was them, I would trade Donald now.
Yeah.
Trade everyone that you can, because
I feel like they could trade Aaron Donald still right now. Get some capital back. And they can still kind of work with the defense that they have. Too, so. Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Trade him now. You'll get some capital back. Your defense is still decent enough. It's not great, but it can keep you in some games. Your offense is, where you're going to be kind of hurting a little bit, but
they need Cup.
Yeah.
If he doesn't play, they'll be hurting. This is a good one. Cowboys, Giants.
So I have Cowboys, but the Giants were deceptively tough. I'm going to switch
Cowboys are favored by 3.
Fuck them. I'm picking the Giants. I just switched my pick.
Yeah, the Giants drafted some people. I also just don't believe in Dak, so I'm going to go Giants too.
Like, Dak's going to throw at least 2 interceptions, so that keeps the Giants in the game.
Bills, Jets.
So this gets a little weird because they both have good defenses. They both have good quarterbacks.
This is the Monday night game, so the final one.
Yes. So I have the Bills picked here, but it is played in the Meadowlands. So, wait. Are both the Jets and the Giants playing home games at night?
No, well, Bills and Jets are the Monday night game.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. So they're going to do that switch over real quick overnight? That's wild. Yep. I don't want to pick the Jets because I hate Aaron Rodgers. And I hate the hype that just jumped over there real quick. Like, they got Aaron Rodgers. They're going to win the Super Bowl. I don't think that his offense is that much better than what he had in Green Bay. But his defense is. So,
yeah, but
I don't think the O-line is any better.
He's much better than the quarterbacks they had last year.
True, but
Garrett Wilson apparently is supposedly a stud. So he was Rookie of the Year, too.
I don't think that...
And Breece Hall was a beast if he's healthy.
He's not, though. I don't think that the O-line is any better than it was in Green Bay either.
And then you got Williamson on defense, who sneezes and blesses himself and thanks himself. Bless you. Thank you.
That's great. I just feel like Hutchinson should have been Defensive Rookie of the Year, but whatever. This is tough because Buffalo, I feel like, kind of overachieved. Like
There's a little There's a little tension with Stephon Diggs.
I think Buffalo only won the division because no one else in the division was really good. I think the Jets are on the upswing. I just hate Aaron Rodgers that much. Out of spite, I'm going to pick the Bills.
That's on 9/11.
Oh, fuck. Jets.
New York.
Jets. Okay, I can't go against the Jets on 9/11.
Sure, by 2.5.
Fuck. Like, god damn it.
You're going Jets?
Yeah, I'm going Jets. Because if it weren't 9/11, I'd go to Bills. But it's 9/11. I got to
I'm going to go Bills just so we differ on a few.
Yeah.
All right. So we differed on Saints and Titans. I picked the Titans? What the hell am I thinking?
Ew.
You picked Carolina.
Did I? Yeah, I did.
And I picked Falcons.
Yes.
And then you picked Green Bay. I picked the Bears. And then
No.
Jets.
No, I went with the Bears.
Oh.
I initially had Green Bay, and then I realized, wait a minute.
Bears, Eagles, Dolphins, Seahawks, Giants, but Jets, Bills. And we'll see how our record is. Maybe you guys want to play some bets on our pick'ems.
Or you can go fuck yourself.
Or we get every single one wrong. Even the ones we differed. They tied.
No, that'd be great. All right, so
That's like playing roulette.
let's
You
pull
have
up
to
the
freaking
divisions real quick. And when I say,
standings, we got one team in first place.
yeah, what's up now, bitches?
So we picking our.
All right, so let's go. Let's start there, the North, NFC North. Well, I don't know what's there in front
I
of
see
you.
AFC East.
AFC.
I was like, you're
That's-
picking the exact opposite.
Fuck them. It's AFC East. All right.
Patriots, Jets, Buffalo, Miami. That's tough.
Yeah, that is tough. I know it ain't going to be the Patriots. So it's not that
Shouldn't
tough.
be. I think Bill's still trying to prove he can win with nobody.
He went down
Like
to
his talent evaluation skills have been terrible.
he went down to fucking Food Line and was like, I need to grab a D tackle and 2 receivers. What
Like-
y'all got?
Bill, this guy's really elite. Nope. I want to prove to everyone I can win with anybody.
And Bill was like, you got anybody working in produce?
I don't want anyone above a C, so I get all the credit.
Of course. So for the AFC East, the easy choice is the Bills. The sweetheart is the Jets.
I mean, the Dolphins are the...
But the dark horse is the Dolphins. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
That one's tough. See, I want the Dolphins.
Plus, I got family in Miami.
Their freaking quarterback is a concussion away from
So
being done.
yo, I was watching Around the Horn today, and they were talking about one of the dudes was talking about like jiu-jitsu and break falls. He's talking about Tua like break falling. I'm gonna say this here, and he won't hear it, unfortunately, but he's fucking stupid. That guy that was on Around the Horn. He's talking about, well, if he knew how to break fall, blah blah blah. When you break fall, you have to tuck your fucking chin. The problem with tucking your chin in a football helmet is you can't do it because you have a fucking face mask in the way, you dumb fuck. So no, a break fall will not help fucking Tua avoid concussions. You stupid bitch. I just wanted to flex real quick.
I'm going to go...
Don't do
And
it.
I even picked
Don't do it.
Buffalo to win the game. I think I'm going to go Jets
You
for
dumb
the
bitch.
season.
You stupid bitch.
Something's telling me. I don't know why. All right, West. Kansas City, Denver, Las Vegas, the Chargers.
Kansas City.
Yeah, I got KC.
That's
Chargers have no receivers. Is their problem.
they're gonna they're
And
just
the
gonna
ones
injure-
they have both get hurt.
yeah.
Denver's got
Denver.
they have
They have Russell.
Wilson. And then the
Raiders.
Raiders.
They
Got Jimmy G, who's also
they are the dark horse, but I don't think they're going to win the division.
North. Bengals, Cleveland, Baltimore, Pittsburgh.
So this one's a little tricky as well. I would love it if Pittsburgh did it, but I know they're not ready yet. I can't stand Baltimore. I love it when they lose. The Bengals should be the ones to do it. And the Browns, it's Cleveland. I should hate Cleveland a lot more than Baltimore. I'm going to pick Baltimore. On some bullshit, though. It's going to be really close.
All right, I'm going Bengals.
It should be the Bengals. I hope it is. But I think Baltimore's going to do it by one game.
South. Houston.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just Jacksonville. Don't read the rest. Don't read the rest. It's Jacksonville. You don't need to.
Yeah, I'm going Jags too. So like I said, I might do a Super Bowl bet on them reaching the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
NFC.
East?
Yep, East. So Cowboys, Giants, Philly, Washington.
So Philly still has a strong team.
Technically, they got stronger. They got one of the best defensive rookies.
Yeah. They drafted all of Georgia, so they should have a pretty good defense.
A bunch of running backs.
Yeah, sure.
Which is like last year. They played a bunch.
That sucks for fantasy.
I have A.J. Brown. The league I have, one league I have
hateful.
A.J. Brown with Devontae Adams.
That's not hateful at all. So Philly is the favorite pick. Dallas is America's team, so says Dallas.
They're ranked high this year.
The Giants are the Giants. And Washington is the severe underdog. I'm going to take Philly just because of the defense.
Yeah, so for me, it's between Philly and the Giants. So the Giants got a lot of people this year. But then Saquon's wasn't happy.
You still have Daniel Jones. So, I mean, he's not as bad as people like make it out to be. He's actually pretty good.
He's like one of these. He's actually like probably the fastest quarterback. He just tripped over nothing.
Because
his speed is actually ridiculous. No one just believes it because he's white. And I mean, to be fair, when he does run, he don't have no shiftiness to him.
No, he runs like a card.
I think he hit like
it's a fucking
they
cardboard.
showed him like that run he did, the 75 run. He tripped over nothing though. He reached like one of the top speeds for any quarterback. And he played for Duke though.
Yeah, so you gotta always factor that in.
What's that? The NBA? They're like, they were talking about there's some kind of meme about the role player white guy. That's on the team. It's like good hustler,
Scrappy.
can knock down some threes. 90% chance went to Duke.
Yeah.
So Philly, Giants. I don't. For some reason, I want to go Giants, but I'm gonna go Philly.
Giants is an interesting team because they weren't supposed to be good last year, and they were.
I'm changing mine to Giants.
And
I like their coach.
I think they are going to get better.
Yeah, I'm going Giants. All right. West is Rams, 49ers, Seattle, Arizona.
So the 49ers is the easy pick. Seattle is the fun pick. And that's all.
Where are you going?
I'm going to go 49ers.
Yeah, I'm definitely going 49ers, talent-wise. I mean, if they don't make it, it's because of some kind of injury. North, Detroit, Chicago, Minnesota, Green Bay.
Honestly, this isn't as easy as people would think. It is tricky because Detroit's the sweetheart right now that everybody's rallying behind. Minnesota's the defending champs. Green Bay, even though they lost Aaron Rodgers, I think won't be as bad as people want to make them out to be. In Chicago, I think Chicago is going to be tough for everyone. I think Chicago is going to be the Detroit of last year, where they're going to be in those close games. There's just something missing. I'm going to pick Detroit because I'd feel like a piece of shit if I didn't. But
I didn't pick the.
But there's an asterisk to that. I'm not Mike Tirico, but I think it's going to be a like tiebreaker deal with Minnesota because they don't play each other until they played twice in the last 3 weeks of the season. So that gets weird.
And I like Kurt. It's my Super Bowl bet's probably going to be one on Detroit, one on Vikings. And I'm going to play something on Kirk winning MVP.
They moved Rose Namajunas from 115 to 125. I just watched her get her ass beat. Rose needs to go back to 115. She is not built for 125 pounds. Those girls are too big for her up there.
Go on Lions, too.
Love to hear it.
Atlanta, New Orleans, Carolina, Tampa Bay.
So this is actually tougher than you would think.
Carolina was playing tough with no talent last year.
Mm-hmm. They got a little bit of talent now.
Well, they should have possibly a better quarterback. They did get rid of their best. I mean, they got rid of CMC last year, but somehow ran the ball better.
I think part of what that is, though, is like because they were relying on him so, it's like that's their guy. So everything was filtering through him. Now without him, it's like we can run the ball, but people aren't expecting us to run the ball.
Yeah, a lot of people are picking Saints. Thinking because Derek Carr should be an upgrade of what they had last year.
Well, when you think about all the quarterbacks in that division, who are the quarterbacks? You got Carr, Bryce Young, Baker,
and Ritter.
So, I mean, they're going based off the quarterback alone, which I think is kind of foolish to do. So, I would say Carolina because I think they're more talented.
I think I'm going to go...
Do it.
Atlanta.
That's weird.
That run game was ridiculous last year.
Yeah. What did it get them last year?
Well, they had, what's his name at quarterback?
Okay.
Mariota.
Okay.
Ritter is not much better, but Ritter didn't throw an interception last year.
He played 2 games.
Yeah, but now they have another running back. They might run the ball and maybe they learn to. So keep in mind, I mean, I do think they have one of the best receivers, Drake. They have one of the most talented tight ends. They still haven't figured out to throw to him.
I mean, just because he's talented doesn't. Yeah, they can't figure it out.
Like he's on the wrong team because
maybe
they want to run. He's not a blocking tight end. Like he's the most talented receiving tight end to come out of college, but he's not a blocker. So it's like if this dude was on probably any other team, Pitts would be ridiculous.
Yeah, I
almost maybe should just play him as a receiver.
I agree.
He's not on the right team with that. I mean, but they may, if they can figure out how to use him in the red zone. I do think I actually liked watching Atlanta last year because for whatever reason I ended up with a lot of Atlanta players in fantasy.
I would feel like a real piece of shit if I opened this wine right now because I know
Why?
Sarah wants to get into it too.
You can save some.
No, it's got to be special. We're gonna take some drugs and drink this tomorrow.
You just seal it back up and fill it with water.
Just pour some of the black box in there.
Yes. She's like, "Damn, this is good."
So there you have it. Those are our division picks. Now, who's our wild card picks for the playoffs?
Oh, I like it because I went.
Because wait, so we picked 3 teams for wild card, right?
It's just one now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. There used to be 2.
Yeah, now it's 3.
Oh yeah.
Because there's 1 for the bye. All right, so let's go AFC wild card. So I picked Baltimore to win the North. Cincinnati's going to be a wild card there, for sure.
I'm going to go Ravens.
Who did I pick for the East? I picked the Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
Oh, the other 2 wild cards are going to be the Jets and the Bills Fuck the rest of the divisions. I don't even know who's in the other divisions, but I know they ain't making it. But the South, ain't no one making it from the South. In the
Bills
West,
and Jets.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna look at this. We're gonna go. Nope, no one from the South.
Yeah, fuck them.
I'm definitely gonna go Bills.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to win the division, but they will make the playoffs. They should make the playoffs. But then again, I mean, what do they really
This
have?
is gonna be a weird one, I think. So I picked the Ravens. I picked the Bills. Definitely no one from the South again.
Yeah.
Keep strong. I'm gonna go weird and just be like Denver.
Ooh.
Peyton.
You going Denver over the Chargers?
I don't believe in my biggest thing with the Chargers is their receivers. I think they're both gonna
My
be
biggest thing with Denver is their team.
Oh, I know, but maybe they bench Russell Wilson. I just feel like that's a Sean Payton thing. I think they'll like somehow squeak into the playoffs.
Oh yeah, I guess.
I think they're.
I forgot Sean Payton was going to be the coach.
Williams might do well. He's always hurt.
Oops.
It won't be because of Russell Wilson. Although, if anyone can get him to play better, I think it's Peyton's one of them. All right, so NFC.
Hold on. Recording. What? Okay. All right, NFC. So East.
Well,
No, we already picked our things, so we're doing our wild cards. So Minnesota for sure, because I think they're going to be very close with Detroit finishing that up. So who did I pick? Philly to win over there. I got the Giants getting in on the wild card, and I got Seattle as my other.
I'm going to go Vikings.
Vikings.
Philly.
Oh yeah, you said Vikings.
And I'll go Saints. Damn.
Hold
so I
that.
don't even
That's
know. No,
because
we're going to go
I am
Commanders.
an
F it.
What's my name?
Commanders had wild card.
Hold the.
And
that's
if they do
because
get the
I
wild
am
card,
an Aints.
they're going to be 8-9.
Love it. So there you have it, bitches. Those are our picks for the playoffs. Let's just jump straight to our Super Bowl picks. So everybody believes Kansas City's going back. I just don't think they are. Okay, so we got. I think Cincinnati's going. Even though I didn't pick them to win their division, I think Cincinnati's going to the Super Bowl. They'll be in the AFC Championship game against the Jaguars in a close game. So there's that. Number 1 pick versus number 1 pick. And then for the NFC, Philly's tough. It's tough to get by them. And then they improved. That's what makes it even tougher. And as much as I love Detroit and I want them to be there, I might have to go with Philly. Because what else? San Fran's there, right?
Yep.
That's an option. The question is, whose defense is better? Because I almost feel like Philly and San Francisco pair up very well until you get to quarterback. And I think Philly has the edge there. So let me go Philly. Philly versus Cincinnati.
The Super Bowl.
Yep.
Do you want to pick your NFC? You went Bengals versus Jags.
What's
that? Pick your NFC Championship game. You went Bengals Jags, but Bengals win.
I got Philly going up against San Fran.
Rematch.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go Bengals versus Jags. Also,
I'm not sure where
AFC.
Detroit loses in there, but
I'm gonna go Jags versus. Vikings versus Giants. And the Vikings make it.
Oh my God. What a dog shit selection, but okay. I'm like the worst. It's like I make my pictures like, okay. You make your pictures like, yo, your picks are dog shit. You're fucking stupid.
Well, we both have the Bengals and the Jags in the AFC.
Okay.
And then you have the rematch, Philly versus 49ers. I have Vikings versus Giants. And then... All right, so do you want to pick your winner?
Yeah, Cincinnati. Just kidding, Philly. Defense wins. I don't think Cincy's defense is there yet.
We're going Vikings. 'Cause
Vikings.
God loves Kirk Cousins.
No, he doesn't. Like, that's horrible.
You see his mustache this
God
year?
hates Kirk Cousins. First off, he went to Michigan State. That's already proof that God hates him. Number one. Like, why would you put anyone at East Lansing?
So I feel like the Jags are going to be the better team going into that Super Bowl, and then something's just going to happen. Something weird.
I mean,
Kurt's going to have a you like that.
I think the Jags defense is what's going to be what holds them back. And I don't think their defense is bad. They stepped up. I just don't think they're enough. All right, so there you have it. Those are our picks.
MVP?
MVP. Woo! That's a tricky one. Joe Burrow.
MVP. Dante. Joe B. I'm going Trevor Lawrence.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I don't think he's there yet. I think he's next year's MVP. So you heard it here first.
You want to do next year?
Fuck it, I'll do next year's picks right now too, bitch. I'm not scared. I'll even do the draft. Fuck it, let's go through it all.
We should do our fantasy draft for next year now. And you got to pick college players.
I'm
You're
down.
not sure
Let's
what
go.
team they're on.
I don't even care. I'll do
or if
it.
they make it to the league.
I watch enough college football. I can do this. So who's that guy? I don't know. I feel like he's going to get drafted. Meanwhile, he's not. I can tell you who I'm not going to pick. Anyone from fucking North Dakota State. Fucking Trey Lance and fucking Carson Wentz. You dumb bitch. So let's review this beer because we drank it a long time ago. My wife texting like, "Where you at?" It's like I'm downstairs.
Oh, yeah, we should wrap up.
Recording.
Doggy
bitch.
Style by Flying Dog.
Woo! All right. Actually, I was okay with this. I liked it.
So
I like
it's,
most Flying Dog though.
Yeah, IPA. It's has in it as its brother. It can't be learned. Buried deep beneath the relics. Oh, we don't need to read all that. It's not going anywhere. 5.5% though. It's kind of a low. For
That hurts
IPA.
for a Flying Dog.
Yep.
I didn't know they made those. But okay. That's fine. It tastes pretty yummy. So
Yeah, it was
that.
good.
It's a good tasting beer. But it was a 5.5. Eesh. It takes it out of the sevens for me. I'm not buying this one. I'd give it a 6.8. I mean, I wanted to give it more.
I went 6.9. Dang, so this is the first night I think we didn't get a 7.
Oh, what? Oh, my God. What are you doing, Steve? He's trash.
Oh, the bush ice.
Yeah.
We needed a cold one to start.
All right.
Yeah, we'll save the next one for next one.
I guess that's what I got some questions here. Not anything like profound or thought provoking. Just a couple questions here, and then that's it. I think we can get out of here. Actually, it was something I heard on Joe Rogan. They were talking about that was kind of interesting. Real quick, they were talking about like before the internet, like rumors that like we all knew before the internet was a thing. We could disprove it. It was like which one stood the test of time, and there was only one that really still held up. It was the Richard Gere gerbil story. Because we don't know where it ever came from. But people still question it. It's like, did he really fucking put a gerbil in his ass? People still ask that question to this day. Like, no one ever questions the little Kim getting her stomach pump thing. I think people just think like, yeah, she probably did. She looks the type. Like, Richard Gere's like, did he though? So I thought about that. I was like, wow. Is there any like rumors that like was floating around that were like, huh? Yeah, that seems true. And that there's some things I just don't want to look up because it's like I just want like the Richard Gere gerbil story. I want it to be true because it just seems like he seems like the kind of guy that would put a gerbil in his butt.
Seems really dangerous.
I don't know. I mean, the people who put gerbils in their butts don't think so. So I don't know. That's weird. Like you're gonna pull a gerbil's teeth out and then let him like run it in your butt. What makes you think he's gonna like fucking gum your butthole? That's weird.
I don't know how we went from NFL to this.
Chill, son. Like I got this. This is under
He was
control.
dying waiting for this.
Yes,
Why you? It's not on the board. Gerbil.
dude. Just because it's not on the board doesn't mean it's not in my phone. I have secrets too. Not gerbils in my butthole
We
secrets.
should ask Richard Gere if he wants to be interviewed for the podcast. Probably not got a lot going on. You could ask that question.
Like, so, Rich, what you doing? You mind if I call you Dick? Dick. So, what you got going on? Not much, right? I mean, you're old. You've had gray hair since the '80s, like Steve Martin. So, you're not doing much, are you? Not a leading man anymore. So, did you really put a gerbil in your butthole? Apparently. So, I remember reading the story about Sylvester Stallone being the one that started that rumor, and then he denied that he started the rumor. He looks like the kind of guy that would start a rumor like that. He just looks petty. He looks like the kind of guy that gets mad about some shit and just he will go and like just start telling everyone like, yeah, you know, Richard Gere put a gerbil in his butthole. Adrian.
And what an overachiever for being an actor with how he speaks.
He's got that
Like if you were in high school and he was like meeting with the guidance counselor, I want to be an actor. Nah, that's probably not the right way to go.
the guidance counselor is looking like, so had you ever thought about being a PE teacher? Like you just look like you might fit in there. No, okay, maybe a boxer, something. You're just not an actor. Well, that was the whole thing when he wrote Rocky. His only catch with selling was like he gets to play Rocky. I was like, that's ballsy. I don't think I would have. I don't think I could write a script and be like, yeah.
Well, he did make Rocky charming because if Rocky was well spoken, wouldn't be the same.
Rocky without the speech impediment just isn't right.
Yeah, it would be like, "Hey, yo, Adrian." Wouldn't sound right.
Hey, yo, Adrian. Yeah, that you're all right. It was like, hey, Adrian. Yeah, that doesn't work. Hey, yo, bitch. Yeah, that doesn't work either. So you couldn't get Richard Pryor to play him. So yeah, I guess it works. Whatever. But he just seems like the kind of guy that starts rumors like that. You dick. What habit can't you seem to quit? Yeah, I'm jumping into questions.
Huh. A lot of people might have the same answer for this one.
I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not me.
What habit can you not quit?
I don't know.
All those. Dang. I can't even think of anything. You got one?
Probably jerking off. I don't think it's a habit.
I mean, that's
it's just a way
that's
of
the one I
life.
feel like most people would.
I don't. Maybe not. I don't know. This is for me because it's like there's some days it's just like I don't need to do it, but I just feel like I should. It's like there's just days I'm just like I'm like bored. I'm like I don't feel like playing a video game. May as well just jerk off. So I do.
Like I have any. Maybe.
Heroin.
Sleeping past my snooze. There you go.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually overslept this morning. Like I woke up, I was like, "Oh shit!"
If you get up when the first alarm goes off, you'll feel significantly better. But there's something about that extra 15
No, I
minutes. That 15 minutes is great, but then when you get up from that, you need another 15 minutes.
So usually I take a shower before bed, so I can sleep in. But if I don't take a shower before bed, the first time that alarm goes off, I'm up and I'm in the shower because it's like I need to get cleaned up. I need to wash my nuts. I'm in the fucking van all day. Well, not all day, but I'm in a van for a significant amount of time, so I don't want to be in there because you got to, like, special ed dude in there telling you your balls smell bad. Like, you don't feel good about yourself after that. What is the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you this year? I don't know if it's embarrassing for me, but I do still feel bad about it. Just like considering what my job is, I work with individuals with intellectual delays, and I walk into the building, I clock in, and normally I go into the meeting room, I sit down and just kind of cool out on my phone before I have to go drop the one dude off for work. And one of the ladies, she goes, she flags me down and says, "Hey, can you come introduce yourself to this lady here?" Because she's, whatever reason, I guess she said, I was rude. Like, no, I'm just fucking introverted and weird, bitch. So I thought that she was one of the people that we provide services for. I didn't realize she was like a staff member from another building. So I went over, I'm polite anyway. It was like, but with them, I'd speak kind of in a softer tone, just to kind of let them know, like, look, I'm not a threat. I'm cool. It's like, hey, hello, how are you? Like talking to her really slow. And then I find out like later that week, oh no, she's a staff member. Eek. My bad. So ever since then, I won't make eye contact with her. I was like, my bad. I'm sorry. Thought you had an extra chromosome. Sorry. And that was fairly recent. So, I was doing pretty good 2023 up until. What is this bitch texting me? This is my wife.
Time for bed.
No, like, we always send each other, like, fucking things on Messenger. And it's like, bitch, I'm sitting right next to you. Just show me the video. Don't text it to me. Any embarrassing things happened to you this year? It's been a long year, so I know there's been embarrassing things. Fall down the stairs, I hope you did.
The only thing I can think of was being on a meeting and forgetting that my camera's on. So who knows what I was doing? Nothing bad, but...
Oh, I know what I would have been doing. I would have been looking at twerk videos like... They would just show me the video like, what the fuck is he looking at? And I'm just nodding my head like, yeah, bitch, bounce that ass. What was your first kiss like? Uncomfortable. Pretty sure we clanked teeth. It hurt.
Yeah, it wasn't smooth.
It was like, it never happened this way in the movies. Wow, that's aggressive. I don't even like that question. All right, let me go. Ooh, I like this one. Let's go check this shit out real quick. Is cereal a soup?
No.
Why or why not?
It's not a soup.
Why isn't
cereal?
Yeah, right?
But, yeah, soup is hot.
Yeah, soup is trash. This is dumb. Obviously, the answer is yes. Have you ever eaten a whole tube of Pringles by yourself?
Oh, many times.
Bitch, I'm about to go buy some Pringles right now.
You gotta share them. That sucks.
I share Pringles with my kid.
One can of Pringles isn't enough.
No. Well, what's your go-to flavor for Pringles?
Oh, they have a lot of good ones. Pringles are damn good. It used to be the sour cream and onion, but I think I like the barbecue.
Yeah, that mesquite joint.
They have a good barbecue flavor.
Yeah, that's my go-to.
Cheese ones are good too.
I like the plain ones because I'm a basic bitch, but I love that barbecue one. Like the barbecue one is like a household favorite here.
Yeah, they have a really good barbecue.
I get when I get the plain, I get the small can of them because plain.
You want to do that can trick, you need the small one.
Of course. Fuck you. Do you have a birthmark? And if so, where?
I do. It's like below my belly button. Just like a freckle.
So you're just trying to tell some bitch like, want to see my birthmark?
Not
It's below my belly button.
It's not that low.
It's on my dick. I got one It's on my left pec. It's like huge. It looks like a bruise. It looks like I got my ass whipped. I did it. It's just a birthmark. What is the sexiest and least sexy name?
Edna's pretty bad.
Gertrude.
Yeah, Gertrude's really bad.
I think my neighbor's name is
Milda.
Matilda. Can you imagine like a hot Matilda?
When Matilda grew up from the professionals, it turned out good.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that Matilda.
That's
I
the
was
only
about that.
bad thing.
But her name was Matilda. It was Nellie. And she was fucking hot as balls. And then she was in Star Wars.
Gertrude.
No, I think my neighbor's name was Gretchen.
Gretchen's bad.
It's pretty bad. And my neighbor's pretty bad too.
Willow.
Well, that redhead from Buffy, her name was Willow. And she was kind of cute, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I was just going for low-hanging fruit.
A guy. Chester.
Oh, easy. Easily the worst one.
Norman.
Larry. Lawrence. Sexy name. I've never met an unattractive Brittany. So I'm going to go with that.
Oh, sexy names? Yeah, Brittany.
Christina Aguilera.
I used to always like the name Kelly.
I never met an unattractive Kelly. That's weird. Well, except for that dude, because, with the dick and also pretty unattractive to me.
Svetlana.
I've known a couple. I've known a couple cuties that were Svetlana until they started talking. I was like, ugh, why do you sound?
I like the
that?
Russian accent. They sound like spies.
No, they don't. They sound fucking like they're gonna kill you. So I guess maybe spies. Fucking horrible. He doesn't listen to this. Gene dated this chick named Svetlana, and actually I hated her just because she was a judgy fucking cunt. I remember we were playing poker, and it came up that I was a teacher, and she goes, "You a teacher?" I was like, "Yeah." He was, I was like, "What?" Nothing. I was like, "Bitch, I will call the INS right now. Do not fuck with me. I will get you deported, bitch." I haven't seen her in a while. I cannot confirm nor deny whether I made any calls, but fuck her. She was kind of cute though. Nah, that's dumb. And plus, I can't read, so I thought that said semen. Not now, bitch. Get out my way. Let's see here. I got 2 more questions, at least. Get out my way, though. There we go. Let's go here. When was the last time you felt lit up?
Lit up?
Yeah.
Like drinking?
I guess. I don't know. What's lit up? I assume it was drinking.
Right.
I don't know when was the last time I got completely fucked up. When I bought the Big Mac, but that's been a while.
Yeah, it's
At least beginning of summer.
Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe. I was feeling all right for the draft because I drank some Jameson, but I wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
I was able to finish my picks.
Well, not everyone could say that. What did your 15-year-old self imagine you'd be doing right now?
I thought I was playing with Michael Jordan, 30. No, I used to dream, dang, I don't think I thought of a true profession besides. I used to think of being a personal trainer as a kid. Otherwise, like the silly dreams, like race car driver or professional athlete.
You know who doesn't say that race car drivers is silly? Race car drivers, because they did it. They lived their dreams. I used to want to be a lawyer. Actually, when I was 15, I was like, I think I want to be a lawyer. Then I realized how much work went into it. I was like, fuck that. I have no interest in being a lawyer. And then also the idea of like, well, you know what made me not want to be a lawyer was watching The Devil's Advocate. Because I wasn't smart enough to understand, like, oh, you can pick, like, if you want to be this or that. But just seeing that he had to defend the fucking teacher, and when he realized that the teacher actually was probably guilty, he still had to make the little girl fucking feel like a monster. That's when I was like, I don't think I want to be a lawyer. I think that's pretty shitty. So, I chose not to be a lawyer, and here we are now, going to Dave and Buster's on Thursdays, playing Walking Dead for an hour. That's legit. We played Walking Dead for an hour yesterday. It's fun. Like, you got the crossbow fucking controller. Then we played Mario Kart. Then we did another race car game. Then we did another race car game. He played Guitar Hero. Then we did air hockey.
Nice.
And then we played the Connect 4 basketball and then left. I was like, all right. And he said, let's go to Annapolis Mall because I want to see my girlfriend. I was like, son, we've gone there every day since you talked to that broad. She ain't there. But I'm going to go to Cinnabon, though. Then we went to Cinnabon. I got some Cinnabons. I ate them. He was like, I want to get Cinnabon. He just bought lunch. I was like, you got Cinnabon money? He goes, no. I was like, guess you get to watch me eat Cinnabon. And then he laughed. And I was like, man, I'm glad he doesn't get it. Because he'd probably fucking kill me in my sleep. So, that's all there is for that. Last one. What's your theme song and why? I don't care why. Just what's your theme song?
Dang.
I'm going to be honest, that's a retarded question because we love music and fucking music changes so often for us. So,
We'll just do Enter Sandman. That's it's popping in my head.
Who
Every
you-
time I enter the room, we hear. Dum, dum, dum.
Who are you, fucking John Rocker? John Rocker's like super like he fit in today. Like, yo, John Rocker definitely voted Trump. Like, if John Rocker didn't vote Trump, I'd be confused. So, I guess that's all. Also, I was on Shoki's podcast this week doing a movie review for Rock Jocks. Super underrated movie. Go check it out from 1990, but it was made in 88. But I mentioned this on his podcast, and I'm going to mention it here. My objective for 2024, because each year I always have kind of a goal of what I'm doing, like in some kind of silly way. So this year's goal was like for the podcast, like to do the horror movies by decades. 2024, I'm going to infiltrate QAnon. I shit you not. I know a couple people. I'm going to fuck around with them. I'm going to dig deep. I'm going in. Now, your job is, if I start going off the deep end with this shit, you got to fucking pull me out. Because it could get gnarly. But I'm convinced that I'm about to have a fucking good time in 2024 with QAnon. And just fuck with them the entire way. Because I found out that I'm good at like making people believe that I fucking give a fuck about their conspiracy theories, and I don't. So I'm going to play with this. And then in 2025, I'm going for the flat earthers. But I'm going to use QAnon to help build that tolerance for bullshit. So you heard it here first. 2024, we going into QAnon. We're going to find out what it's all about. But that's all I got today. So let's go ahead and wrap this motherfucker up and get the fuck out of here. If you motherfuckers have any questions, concerns, criticisms, or even if you want to be a guest on the show or suggest a beer, feel free to reach out to us. You can find me personally at bjj.wiki on Instagram. You can find Steve at thor.bentley on Instagram. Collectively, you can find us on the Colompton Beer Club on Instagram.
Boy, yeah.
I don't know if you respond to people. Like, I don't.
I got some Thor Bentley stuff of someone showed me a beer video. It was a pretty cool video.
Nice.
Unfortunately, it was a draft in Texas, so I don't think we can get it. But
Well,
I think it was like 16%.
well, Shoki's sending us a bunch of shit from Texas, so let me know what the name is. I'll shoot it to him and see. Maybe he might be sending it to us. I don't know.
Yeah, I've interacted with that guy a few times. He's like a photographer, director. Or
I know the
makes
type.
videos.
I know the type. He talks to chicks like, "Hey, I'm a photographer.
I don't
Want to
think
come to my basement?"
What else? I got some
If I had a camera, I'd do that.
message. I forget what it was.
What was I gonna say? I've been interacting more on BJJ Wiki, like in the comments, just fucking with engagement a little bit more. I hate doing it though. I think I'm honestly because Facebook is paying now, like Instagram was paying. I think I'm gonna pay somebody to just start answering comments for me. I don't fucking feel like doing this shit because it's fucking dumb. I hate talking to people. Like, it's like if you want to fucking comment, just go on the podcast and we'll fucking have a discussion. I don't want to fucking reply to your comments. Oh, I started jiu-jitsu at 37. Good for fucking you. So did I, bitch. Fucking cares. I know I asked a question, but fuck you. I fucking hate people. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, go place your bets and follow one of us, or do the opposite.
Yeah.
Take none of our picks.
Well, go fuck yourself. So yeah, come back next week and give you our picks for week 2. And we'll talk
see how
about
we did week 1.
who's the Thursday night game. Oh, that's next week. Never mind.
Yeah,
All right.
I was like confused. Like, what is this?
So am I, dude. We gotta get out of here because I'm all types of fucked up and there's WNBA on my fucking TV. That's fucking stupid. What the fuck is this? All right, we're out of here, Steve.
Good soup.
We gotta go.
Damn, that shit was dope.